Mic test, mic test. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Buddy Bison stream. I hope we're all having a nice day today. We are back with some more The World Ends With You Neo Edition. Just noticed this, but you look at the front of Rindo's shirt, you might see some text, and he's wearing a Jupiter of the Monkey hoodie. And I'm like, man, that just reminds me of that quest that we did for that guy that really liked that brand. Makes me why he didn't mention that. And it's, oh yeah, because canonically, I guess, in-game he's wearing a certain shirt, but that might not be the one that he is, like, quote-unquote canonically wearing as, like, a regular character. Like, my equipment is what he's quote-unquote wearing, but that's not what he's wearing. Damn, this music. Dude, I like that. Oh yeah, and I didn't,
Let me think this through.
I haven't, I didn't look into,
What to do?
whatchamacallit, there we go. I didn't look into that remaining 3 one. I'm pretty sure that what that means is that I missed a quest. But I'm gonna leave that be. Figured I could just go back to it once I'm done with this stream, basically, because then I'll have, like, essentially a week to get back to it. But yeah, I hope everyone is having a nice day. My Wednesday was, or no, today's only, wait, is today Wednesday? Yeah, today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. When I don't work on Mondays, I forget what day it is. My Wednesday was pretty alright. Hope it was alright for everyone else as well. Yeah. Hey there!
Hey,
Oh, it's you kids. Got some good stuff for you today. Yeah. What are you doing back here? Nice to see you too, Ryoji. How are those flowers of mine selling? What does it look like? Still got a bunch of them lying around. Best sell them early or they'll wilt. Make sure they're gone by the end of the day. I hope you would have sold them all yesterday, but here we are. I mean, have you thought about not forcing your junk on me in the first place? Can't say I have. Besides, you're the one who insisted on doing everything yourself. Fine, man repays his debts. I do owe you for everything. Who's he? Hell, fine though. Thanks. I'll be back later to check on you. See ya. Damn it. Why do I have to get saddled with this? Hey, you kids got some time to spare?
Wait, hold up.
Absolutely not. We're super busy, and we came to shop, not work. At least hear me out. It's about a rumor floating around Shibuya. They say that if you give a certain special flower to your certain special someone, you two will suddenly share a magical bond of love or some shit. Sounds fishy.
Oh?
Give one flower, and your boo will take on all your pain. Give a whole bouquet, and you take on their troubles instead. Oh, I think I've heard that one somewhere before. And? And this is it. This is the flower. It's almost impossible to sell. I'm driving myself crazy trying to get rid of them all. Get out there and do a little advertising for me, will ya? I don't know. This whole deal's shady, but we can't just leave a brother hanging, yo. Besides, we could use a breather. Let's give him a hand. Additionally, we will have to assist if we wish to access his wares. So you'll do it? Great. Sure, but maybe don't expect too much.
Curious.
By the way, this type of iris is the official flower of Shibuya, correct? Don't ask me. Besides, the flower changes depending on where you hear the rumors, so it's not like it matters. Interesting. Each location gets a different flower.
Hey!
So where are we trying to get people to buy? Single flowers? Bouquets? There's potted plants too, if we want to try that. Oh, those? That's the excess stock that old man dumped on me. They're all the same to me, I just want them gone. So get out there and find me some customers. At least 5 to start. Oh, God.
Really?
Now we've got a quota? Aye, how we doing this? Not much we can do aside from imprinting. If we wish to sell the single flowers and bouquets, it would be best to leverage the notoriety of the urban legend. And for anyone who isn't interested in rumors, we can try the potted plants. Precisely, although I remain doubtful that we can sell the entire stock. Well, let's try starting with people who know about the rumors.
Sure thing.
Sounds good. Stand by and ready to scan. Single flower, bouquet, potted plant, Taka the Hand.
Let's have a look.
I wanna be famous.
Gotta focus.
This sucks. My boss asked me to look into that urban legend, but could the shop's flowers be the real deal? Manic flower just sounds fake. Buy. Recommend a single flower. Time to change your mind. Recommend a single flower. This flower's a pain in my ass. I know. If I post the details online, someone's sure to buy one first and save me the trouble. Work smart, not hard. Yo, we got one! 1 down, 4 to go.
Let's move.
In need of repair. I could feel the blood rushing to my head when she dumped me. I gotta calm down and take my mind off of it. Buy a potted plant. Relax yourself. Relax by looking at a potted plant. Taking care of a potted plant will definitely get my mind off of this. But you look at that. They're selling some right over there. I'll fix your lights.
A show.
We're on a roll, yo. Yeah, just need 3 more. Okay, what poor bastard.
Let's have a look.
Perfect get well, yeah. Can't believe she got injured right before the big match. What should I bring to cheer her up? A good luck charm would be too much. How about some flowers? Bouquet. Recommend.
Time to change your mind.
I don't know. It's either one or a bouquet. Recommend a bouquet. I know. Ask the girls to each buy a bouquet. I'm sure she'll be over the moon with all those flowers decorating her room. How many is that now? 3 more, so 2 more. Or 3, so 2 more. Okay, at least they're all like here, it seems. I was expecting this to be like a over the entire chapter kind of quest. One where it's just like, okay, you pick the quest here, but as you unlock more areas, you can find another person to get to buy a flower. But this is nice. My friend was shove about that flower from the urban legend. Says if it's true, I should give some to my girl. I have doubts about relying on something like that. Recommend a bouquet. It's always good. It's always good to get flowers for people. Should I tell my girlfriend to get a bouquet herself? No, wait. The bouquet takes all the recipient's troubles. I'll tell my competition to buy one instead.
Right.
Piece of cake. Almost done. Just 1 more.
Gotta focus.
There we go. Heard a man was selling the flower from that urban legend around here, but I don't see anyone like that. Maybe that guy over there has some for sale? Single flower, buy.
Time to change your mind.
Go buy one. Should I get one? I don't know if it's the same one from the urban legend, but at least it'll make for a great story.
A show.
That's our job done. Want to go see how the shop's doing?
Right.
Yeah. Hey, good job out there. Word's really getting around. Hello again, Ryoji. Selling those flowers, I hope. Yep, almost sold out.
Great.
Impressive. There's so much money in urban legends. Who are these kids? Don't mind them. They just help me out here and there. Anyway, you happy now? Or you got something else to gripe about?
Yeah.
No, everything's in order. I already made more than I thought I would. I'll be back when I find something else for you to do for me. Don't work those kids too hard.
Quay?
Please leave us out of this. Be better if that geezer never comes back. Anyway, thanks for your help. Take this. Oh, thanks. I better get back to selling the usual stuff. Feel free to help buying something on your way out. Or a Calcom. Friendship points. Talk of the honeymoon. Yeah, what's going on here?
Look who's here.
Spectral. Those aren't swords. Those are bubbles. Disperse bubbles in 3 directions, including at the target, dealing damage to any struck. When a bubble strikes an enemy, it changes course and pursues a new target. Materials. I need 3 Azumaru and 3 Blizzard Bunny. Okay, so this is like one of the first ones that I've gotten that I literally just can't buy because I don't have the requisite ingredients or requisite trade materials. Oh well. Not that big of a loss. Okay, so allows me to equip an extra Uber pin. Yup, taking that. That's great. Schnoz spectacles. Mine as well. People love to whip these out parties. They sure make an impression. All right, I'm making. Not sure if it's a good one, mind you. Dilaton. Okay, so that's another person this week. Oh, I still haven't gotten Kyoto Sweets one. I'll have to do that. Those are the Gore boots. That's Dilaton. Buddha Parfait. Haven't been there. I couldn't go there for a bit. Axion, Dilaton, new one this week. Okay, so there's only one restaurant that I can really do. God damn it, I hate the way that this thing like works in terms of ups and downs and lefts and rights. Gekurian sneakers. Sub-limited edition sneakers produced annually in conjunction with everyone's favorite sports brand. The year they are made is stitched into the back of the shoes, which has led to our most hardcore fans picking up a pair every year. I figure I might as well pick up the final ones of these guys. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's rancid. It's a pair of boots that you'll need a mature fashion palette to fully appreciate. I don't think I would like to wear something that could be described as rancid. That seems like a very bad adjective to have associated with a pair of shoes. Okay, let's go this way, see if I can get to Kyoto Sweets. Head this way. Now before you do a little something for me, and that is take down some noise with this symbol. So bear. Normally I'd ask you to defeat 3, but I've been paid to go easy on you, so just one's enough. Wait, seriously? I mean, I won't say no, but who'd pay you off like that? And why? You gonna look a gift mission in the mouth? Don't waste your time overthinking it, kid. Just defeat one of these noise and you're golden.
Let's have a look.
So. Yeah, I'll take a chain 3 just to get myself back into the groove of things. You know, it's cold in my room. Need to give myself a warm up.
Don't follow me, yo. Copy that. You're done for. That was perfect. Thanks for the assist. Follow me, yo. Copy that. It's over.
Many thanks, Lord Rindo.
Nice work. Get set. So far, so good. Let's keep it going. Going down.
Go.
Who you got?
I think I just got a text or something.
Get set. Let's keep it up. That was sick. Going down.
That was an inexplicable success.
There we go.
I foresee no difficulties.
Getting out of the...
Let's keep it up. Perfecto. It's over. I did it.
There we go.
Hell yeah, you did. Time to get wild. Just not too wild.
Yeah, no, he's not. He wanted to go back into the ocean ground. I'm not gonna let that. Yeah, sure, a bird threw off my plans, but I wasn't about to let him get away. Ugh.
Let us tread carefully.
Good. Got a whole bear to go. But speaking of recent news, and by recent I mean literally today, with all the news about Streamlabs OBS being, well, I guess Streamlabs in general, not just OBS, being kind of garbage in terms of just like essentially plagiarizing their work by copying like essentially websites and actually using the name Streamlabs OBS even when OBS didn't want them to use like the OBS portion. I am going to be switching from using Streamlabs OBS to regular OBS, which honestly should help because it's, as far as I understand, it's a bit less CPU intensive. Like in terms of research, like it's not as resource intensive, which means I should probably be able to put my encoder a little bit higher, maybe get a little bit higher quality in my stream, which should be cool. But this stream I am still using Streamlabs OBS because didn't really have enough time after work to essentially set up everything again and make sure it was working. Like I was able to import all like the scenes and stuff, excuse me, from Streamlabs, so like I have almost all the visuals but I still need to essentially go through and test to make sure that all the settings are essentially the same between Streamlabs OBS and regular OBS before I go live again. Or else I'm likely just have a shit stream. Or it'll be scuffed and I won't have like audio or something, so I need to make sure that that's all kind of taken care of before I go back to using it. Because I originally used OBS and then switched over because of the Streamlabs integration. But now with everything, and I also need to make sure I essentially set up my Stream Deck to be the correct, because basically me like my tabs moving between things, right, like that, that's specific to Streamlabs OBS. Like through Stream Deck I put all that stuff through, so I have to essentially go back and figure out how to do it with base OBS. Shouldn't be too difficult, but that's just the main reason. Looks like you're all done here. Go on through. Thanks, man. We be grateful to our mysterious benefactor. Yeah, whoever they are. Oh. Okay. Okay. What should we be carrying? I'm gonna die if I don't eat soon. So I need to go to Social Network and Kyoto Sweets. So what's new here? Triple Matcha Parfait. This decadent dessert builds upon its predecessor by adding green tea flavored ice cream and Bavaroy, creating a multi-dimensional matcha experience that will have other diners green with envy. Okay, so this gives style. Hell, they all give style, but that gives a good chunk of style. So I don't want to do that. Let's just do that because it gives a whole bunch of HP. So it should be fine, honestly. Yeah, and that's it. That's good. Okay. And then, frankly, might as well finish out the. Have some more.
At least I ain't hungry anymore. Really hits the spot.
Come back again.
Yeah, and that should be another thing of food. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. So this one, so probably the last we got Parfait, but so it seems like there's still some. So the interesting thing is, like, this is between Bubble Vision and that, and I presume that I've gotten all the Bubble Vision. So I'm pretty sure I have. Most restaurants don't just have 3, but these ones, this is like. It's like I'm missing. I'm not sure what. Have I not been to? Are there any shoots I haven't been to yet? Takashita, Kipai, Asia Fantasia, Veggie Lovers, Donbury Town, Bubble Vision, Spa, Budogar Parfait. Makes me wonder if maybe like new places open in like the last week or so. Oh wait, no, there's that small little like thing below the expressway underpass. But can't really think of that right now. I'm heading to east.
Let's have a look.
I understand I should probably be like fighting some of these guys, but it really comes down to like I'm getting to the point where like my level is like max level is like 69. Oh wait, but I do need to make sure I remember. So could use 1 hour scramble crossing. Okay, so this scramble crossing guy.
I mean,
oh geez, I can't get anything right. I'll never make it on my own like this. It's not like it's my fault though. It's all because of that stupid Ryoji. If he'd bothered to actually teach me a single damn thing, I wouldn't be in this mess.
Penny.
So with him, you think it's noise? Doubtful. We haven't carried him once before. We have already seen the inside of his mind, and it should be free of intruders. Oh yeah, I think I remember that. He was posting those puzzles for Yoji, right? Correct. And although he does appear to be troubled, 'tis an issue separate from any noise. So, what do we do? I don't know. Nothing? It's not like he's asking for help. Ah, come on, give him a scan. Can't hurt. So, his strategy of some trades. Key to success. It's been nothing but failure since I started being my own boss. But it's all Ryoji's fault. If he taught me a smidgen of what he knew, I wouldn't be in this mess. See, I feel like the funniest part is it's like, oh, I can't read it, but it's like I can tell that apparently I shouldn't rely on reviews too much. No use working hard. No, you get the work and customers. Basically, like, I could totally, probably, like, if you gave me enough time, I could get through that. He certainly is quick to shift the blame away from himself. Think I should jog his memory?
What?
About what? About all the stuff Ryoji told him back when they worked together. But he said the brother never taught him nothing. Yeah, but do you really believe that? Maybe he just forgot and doesn't even remember that he forgot. You lost me. Anyway, I'm gonna go for it. See what happens. I ain't complaining. Do your thing, yo. Okay, think about Ryoji.
So what are we thinking here?
There we go. Oh my god.
Come on, think.
The faces. They're so bad. Apparently I shouldn't rely on reviews too much. No use working hard if no one knows who you are. Get the word out and the customers will come to you. Even a jack of all trades needs help sometimes, so you shouldn't try to do everything alone. So I was told. I don't really get it though, because I still have a lot to learn. That's it. I've had it with being treated like this. I'm quitting this stupid job. Hang on. I did learn a thing or two from Ryoji. Like how to advertise and get your name out there. I haven't been doing that at all. What else? There's also the importance of not doing everything yourself. I mean, I am doing everything myself, but what's wrong with that? Maybe that's my problem. I need to think this through a little better. Once I'm done, I'm going to be the greatest jack of all trades Shibuya's ever seen. Dude, he's going to be like Reagan from Mob Psycho. See? I told you he was forgetting something. Oh.
Right.
Way to go, man. Shucks, you're making me blush. Anyway, we better get back to the mission. Yeah. Well, that was like a free quest. I'll take those every day of the week. Chain extender, increase the noise. Yeah, buddy. Give it here. That's awesome. So that's probably 15.
Gotta focus.
I don't really feel like doing it, but I feel like I'm obligated to test it out. So
Let's move.
Let's get started. Let's drop this to normal, that way it's not nearly as bad. Come on. Let's see if I can't clear all of Shibuya. 15. Okay.
But you're no match
So,
for me.
it seems like every one of the chain extenders bumps up by 5. But, gonna have to try and just burn through this real quick.
Leave it to me, yo. We're on a roll.
And this will be a good time to see what these guys drop on normal. Because I don't think I'm going to be getting any new pins. But I know a lot of these guys I haven't really done on normal. Just because there's no real reason to. I can do it on hard. And like, while it is better to experiment on normal because they give different pins, there's also a level of, well, why would I? Because it doesn't give me as much XP. And it doesn't give me as much XP, like, yeah, I can, like I want to level my characters up. Right? I don't want to just stay at level 69, although if I could, I would. However, we all know that I'm going to have to do fights which will, unfortunately, level me up beyond the mystic number of the Holy Grail, right? And that's what I call it, the mystic number of the Holy Grail. Because I think it was what Sir Galahad really wanted to hit that magic number. If anyone remembers the Monty Python: The Holy Grail, which is a very fine classic movie, that, oddly enough, was referenced by my boss at work the other day, and he was very happy that I understood the reference. So that was great. You can do it because I feel good. Play every once in a while. Yeah, right? How's it going, my man? How are you doing, Mr. Light? Sorry, on my end, on my stream thing, the founder token or icon didn't load, so I had like a weird picture taken from it. So it got me confused for a sec. But yeah, just, you know, playing God. You know, sometimes it's good to just, you know, not. Sometimes it's just good to play on normal, right? Like that's good. Like you know, it's not bad. Like some, I feel like a lot of people equate like difficulty level and the level, like the difficulty that you play a game on, like how legit your playthrough is. Like, whereas I'm more just in the mind that like play at whatever difficulty level lets you have the most fun, basically. And then after that, if you want to go back and try a harder one, go for it. Although I'm not opposed to memeing on the idea of video game journalists not being able to play on difficulty. I think that's just a funny joke. Like, frankly, it's hilarious. Good, just came in to leave a minute. I see my Python, but I can't remember much. You talking about the nun scene? Yes! That scene. The one where it's like all the really thirsty nuns in the convent that all really want to just get inside Sir Galahad's pants. And then right as he's about to get some, I think it's King Arthur. I think it was King Arthur. Whoever the... Actually, no, it wasn't King Arthur. It was whoever the leader of the... like, the group was. I think that he was the one who went into the tower to get him. Even though he's like, no, I want to stay. No, it's fine. Like, we can see what they have to offer, right? And it was very comical. Ugh.
Time for a beatdown. Who's up first?
Yeah. Damn. Bam.
To me, yo.
Bang. Feels really good to just do a 200 groove right before attack lands, knowing that, oh yeah, because, like, it's not landing because I entered the invincibility frames of initiating it, and then they can't do anything because, like, that's just the way it works. Like, I have invincibility frames, so their attack whiffs, and they get a whole bunch of damage. It's wonderful. But, but yeah. I think my preferred difficulty to play games on is probably just like the normal difficulty. Like I think I almost always just put it on normal and then go from there. Like in this game, it's very nice because switching between the difficulties is essentially an intended aspect of the game. Like you only get certain pins on certain difficulties. So you not going to easy is actually essentially preventing yourself from getting everything and doing that. While also giving you a way to kind of get better with the game and then go back and do the same things on normal, hard, and then ultimate without being obnoxious and locking you in. But there are some games where I guess I play on the easier difficulty just because of the way the game is. Recent experience being SMT5, where I think I talked about this already, but the beginning portion of the game where you don't really have a full party, you are, like, it feels obscenely weak, and if you don't recruit a demon, like, first or second try, you're hurting. And it got to the point where, like, I couldn't even recruit, like, the first demon that you, like, the first demon type that you get. or that you encounter, which is a slime, because it's an obnoxious enemy type to try and figure out what the hell is a good thing to say to them. So I was just like, you know, screw this, and I put it on the easier difficulty, which is still not easy because it's SMT, but it was easier. It was one of those movies my dad made me sit down and watch last year because it's necessary to understand true comedy. Halfway into the night, my mom got home from work and we kind of tried to explain, but we were laughing too much. Okay, gotta go. Well, thank you for dropping by, Mr. Light. And yeah, it's like I will say, it is like some gosh darn good comedy, because like it's one of those like peaks of like really stupid, but in like a non-obvious stupid way. Like there are some like pretty clever parts, which is the best kind of stupid comedy. But I can't imagine trying and explain the nun scene to a parent walking in and without having known otherwise. But dabs in the chat for Mr. Light. Dab. Oh.
No sweat for Fred.
No sweat for Fred.
Plus, I humble contributions.
There we go.
Ain't no stopping us now.
Most spectacular.
Going down.
Go. Take out the wolves. Damn. 56 bling. Damn. I wonder if I'm gonna level up in this reduction.
This is gonna be easy.
It would not be impossible. I got this. I got 15. You bastard.
I did it. Hell yeah, you did.
Doing my job.
Like a boss.
Okay.
Free at last.
Have at thee.
Huh? What'd you say, Penny?
Oh, you bastard. You, like...
No foes can fell me.
Or me. Don't forget about me. Get set. It's over. Huh? What'd you say, Penny?
Plus, I humble contribution.
169! Ugh. I hope everyone else is doing well on this fine day. Excuse me while I get really close to the mic. I find that sometimes my body just gravitates to try and get really close to the mic. And you know what? I'm fine with that because it's my mic. I can do what I want with it. Now, hopefully it doesn't sound garbage, but you know, I try and do my best. And for all that everyone says about like Blue Yetis, they're pretty darn good streaming quality mics. Like, yeah, they're probably not studio quality, unless you like really dial in a lot of the settings and stuff. But overall, I would say for the untrained ear, right, like the average person like myself, like
We've got this in the bag.
I'm not confident I would be able to tell the difference between someone using a like Blue Yeti mic in a professional sense and a like an XLR mic. Like, I'm sure that people that are really into audio and really know their stuff and have to deal with it like every day in like a commercial sense, like for commercials or ads or for music, like they would be able to be like, oh yeah, like I can totally hear the difference. But for me, who like at work is wearing one ear pod in my left ear in a Bluetooth ear pod, like I'm not sure that my sense of hearing is oh so acute that I would be able to pick up those kinds of small things.
Just not too wild.
No, that's not to say that my hearing isn't good. It's probably one of my better senses, like, but that's more just in being able to hear noises and not really tell quality apart. God, look at that. Look at that, 4,354. Damn. If only I needed, if only I was leveling something. Oh yeah.
Let me think
Okay,
this through.
so streets. Can I go up to Utagawa back streets right now? I think I can, but let's just go Center Street and eat some food. Get my bar up. And also, I presume that gate guy is going to either ask me a quiz or more likely ask me to do some kind of reduction. So, figured might as well leave and respawn things anyway.
Fine.
Ugh. God, Fred's attack is so high. Like, how many tasty bonus things did he get to get him up to that point? Dude, they are really just spinning that record on that turntable for that effect. But let's come down here, save. Boom.
Oh.
You're going this way. You're gonna have to fight your way through. I'll bring the noise, you bring the fight. Sound like a deal. Bring it, yo. We good, Rindo? Heck yeah. We're ready now.
You got a lot of nerve
You
taking me on,
You
yo.
got a lot of
This is
nerve.
the bag.
Oh, okay, so new frog enemy. So this is rank 3 frog.
Let's keep it up. That was sick. You're done for. Come on, hang in there.
Time to use my true passion.
What you been waiting for? Ain't no stopping us now.
Most spectacular.
Keep it up, Fred. Will do, beat buddy. It's over.
Okay, there we go.
Is she?
Luckily, the frogs still aren't too difficult
Time to
to
use my
kill.
true power.
What you been waiting for? Leave it to me, yo. We're on a roll. Another
Here
one.
we go. Aye, there we go.
It is an honor to be recognized.
Doku Panic. Ooh, it's the Doku. Took him out already? I knew I should have made him stronger. Made what stronger? The noise just now, stupid. Want to make you work for it, but orders are orders. Wait, someone ordered you to go easy on us? Something like that. Don't you think this makes you anywhere near a match for the Ruin Bringers? Good luck anyway, though. Who keeps melancholy? Send 3 arcing boomerangs hurling at your target, fully charged to launch the enemy in the air or knock them down.
What to do?
So let's come over here. I'm gonna change these guys. That's Vulcan uppercut. Where's my? Yeah, that's that. Let's get you back to. Where's my rock? There we go. Get him his rock. Basically I want to get each person their thing prior to messing with them. No. Electric wire. Patrol rounds. Okay, so this is like a better version of that. Okay. Yeah, you know, I'll do that, and then you can come down. Oh yeah, and that's one that she had. And you know what? I might as well do that. And right. Well, that one. Rapid tap. Growth very slow. Reboot 10 seconds. I can't remember if that's a good one or not. Oh, here we go. The rear assassin. Okay. What's yours? Take 5. Fills the ping gauge faster when not using psychs for a prolonged period. Yeah, I'll just put... Actually, do I want it? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll just keep that one on. So I think this will be the good use of... Hey, Neko Dave, how's it going, my man? Feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. Dabs for Neko Dave. Ugh. How are you doing? You've been playing Yakuza, right? Yeah, I'm doing well. Yeah. Having a grand old time in Shibuya. Okay. Well, time to go to 104. Okay,
Let's move.
so I'm trying to go to... Oop, need to do this quest. Oh, it's Rumor Man. Yeah. Pinch just standing there looking all forlorn. What's up, you think?
Well,
He's coming up with a new recipe or something. Yep, finished Yakuza Kiwami 2. Ah, okay. So are you, now moving on to 3? Oh, the whole deep in thought look is really doing it for me. Hope he likes the present I gave him. Hee hee. Oh, hey, it's the prince.
What?
Who's that? Friend of yours? If only. He's super famous. Do you seriously not know? Never heard of him. I think he celebrities usually more, I don't know, peppy? Indeed, this is quite the departure from when we last saw him. He does seem kind of out of it. I'm going Galaxy Brain. Oh no, he has noise infecting him.
What?
Dude's got a noise problem. Say what? Yo, Penny, you want it? I suppose so. We can hardly leave him in this state. Damn straight. To the prince's rescue we go. Manami Akita.
Let's have a look.
Okay. Power of flowers. Okay, so let's save here. But yeah, so what games are in your docket, Neko Dave? What's your cycle? So you finished Yakuza Kiwami 2.
Focus.
And you finished Kuro a while ago. Or a few weeks ago, at least. Although I still have to be very careful on Twitter because like some of the other like Trails people that I follow are like not necessarily like I don't think they're intentionally posting spoilers, but they're being like, man, look at this like snippet of conversation. Not in Kuro, but maybe in Azure or Zero, which I still haven't played yet. And I'm like, yeah, scroll past. Don't give myself enough of an image to read. Because I don't want to be spoiled on anything for when I get to those. A single flower makes me think of Iris, my old caretaker. Huh? I feel so drained all of a sudden. I can barely bring myself to move.
what an awful affliction.
Am I level 34? I'm level 61.
Onward I dive!
And also, I'm still on normal difficulty, but that's fine. Because when I'm doing dives, I probably should be on just normal.
Do this.
Gazelle me. I feel like I'm not myself anymore. Big noise.
Let's turn up the volume, yo. Let's keep it
Got a lot of games that can't decide what to play. Okay. Well, maybe we can figure it out here. What games are you thinking?
Just doing my job.
Because I know some of my favorite things are when I'm like, when I'm at the end of a game and I can just like kind of shoot the breeze for a while with the chat, and that's when I'll like show my Excel spreadsheet of all the games I'm thinking.
Keep it up. Perfecto.
Are you thinking about going back to a game that you've previously played or a new one? Because I mean, there are always new games coming out. But, you know, sometimes such sadness, like I've lost someone dear to me. But sometimes it's just good to kind of go back to games that you've previously played when you were younger, and like, kind of reignite the passion that you had for it, or try and find other people who have similar passion. I think that's why in the near future I'm probably gonna try and gonna try and play the Mega Man Battle Network games. Because I really enjoyed those when I was younger. But I never actually played all of them, I just played a few of them. So it would be a good time to go back. Could play some East. Okay. Yeah, you could. Because you've played through, I think, the entire series, right? Alright, how much I miss you. I wish I could see you one more time. Because I feel like I remember seeing you go live a while back with the East games. Unfortunately, I didn't want to spoil myself on them, so I couldn't really drop by very much. In fact, I think I remember dropping by a little bit, or at least lurking for a little bit, when you were fighting the first boss in Falgana, or I guess the second one. The one that like you have to jump over like the electric rings to get to and hit, or the one that you can only really shoot fire at. Only played E7 and Falgana. Okay, so it was Falgana.
There's more where that came from.
I mean, you know, you could always play 8. I think that one's pretty darn good. Yeah, what was that just now? As soon as I took that flower, a cold emptiness washed over me. Oh God, the flowers. I must have been more tired than I thought. You can be as tired as you need to be. We will still love you. Here, take this. I really hope you like it. Prince, I got this flower for you. It'll cheer you up.
Yes.
Why, thank you. It's almost as lovely as you ladies. Now, if you'll excuse me. Squee! That's the sound of girls in love. Shall we consider this case closed?
All right.
Yeah, he's fine. He never found out where the noise came from. Ain't easy being famous. No privacy, people bugging you all the time. Maybe all that just got to him. Psh, yeah, must be real tough being so popular. Void. Dilator. Social network. Okay, let's check that out. Where is Mr. OG? Best Bud sometimes increases the groove earned from beat drop combos performed by Rindo and Fret. Yo! I'll take that. Best Buds! Everyone loves friendship. It's like one of my shonen animes. The power of friendship. Oh, yes. Okay. Got it. See, it's so insulting because a lot of these people have literally been on the chart since like day 1 or 2. And you're just like... when do I get to unlock you? Come on. Let me do it already. Let me in. What's up? You know the deal? Clear mission. Pass through the wall. I want you to bring me a flying high pin. It's number 270. Noise number 07 should drop one for you. You know, Nefestraven. Looks like a raven. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Can't you find one yourself? Yeah, but I'm asking you to do it. Unless you don't want to get through here. Go on. Hop to. Still don't have number 270? Okay. So, said noise number 7. Ah! So Decadraven, Easter Draven. Okay, so I just haven't encountered that one yet. Okay, I'm fine with an 11.
I can do this.
I like Shoka's design. Oh yeah, Shoka's design pretty darn cool. And one of the okay, there's probably a Raven. One of the reasons why I really like it is because she's basically wearing a hoodie version of the like assist like weapon of the first game's like main heroine. Basically, she basically sewed a thing called Mr. Mew, which is like a plush of like a black cat, and apparently her dream in that game was to become like a designer and like make clothes and stuff, but probably including plushes. and Shoka's hoodie is in like the same design as Mr. Mew. So it's like, hey, she may have actually achieved her dreams. That's cool.
Just be careful.
I believe this game, God, I think they said it was like 5 years ago or 3 years ago. Or, it was 3 years ago that one of the wards just disappeared. But I think they said it was like 5 years ago the first game took place. I think it was something like that.
Masterfully done.
Okay.
It's over. It's over. Ain't no stopping us now.
Okay, so between Rindo and Fret, it's 40. Ooh, that's really good. I'll be excited to get those. See, what I imagine is eventually each pair is going to unlock, probably. If it doesn't, I'll be surprised.
Let's turn up the volume, yo. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, in terms of like art game or East games, I was gonna say art games because I was thinking Arkham to Fishdom. You play that. That's in the same engine as Felghana. You're going for a new experience. There's also Origins in that same engine, which I'm gonna be playing. Don't know if next, but I'm gonna be playing at some point in probably near future. It's hard for me to figure out what I want to do, right? Because they're like as you said, like so many games, but not sure what I want to do next. It does help that I at least like am specifying like, okay, my Friday, Saturday slots are for like turn-based games, whereas my Monday, Wednesday slots are going to be more for like actiony or action-oriented like RPGs. Just because I think that having having games that are all turn-based would be almost like too similar, even if they are decidedly different kinds of turn-based. Right? Like Fire Emblem turn-based is different than like
Party is equipped to win.
Mega Man Battle Network turn-based. But I'd still say that they're still similar enough that it would warrant sharing the same block. I like to rotate between different style games. Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things where, like, you're not going to always want to play only the same type of game because you're just going to get bored with that type of game. Right? Like, if you only play Civ, how many Civ clones can you play before you just think, man, I'm kind of bored playing Civ? And that's why I think it's important for, one, games to put their own spins on things that are distinct enough to separate them, while also being like good enough to just draw players that haven't previously played that kind of game into it. Like how a lot of people look at like Persona, where it's like Persona, baby's first SMT game, which isn't a bad way to think of it. It's like, you know what, if a game is gonna get someone into a franchise, then that's perfectly fine. Like, I'm all the more happy for more people to have similar passions and recognize how like good certain games are. Like if someone got into Trails or East because of what, Sky versus East or whatever, or Trails versus East, the fighting game, while odd, you know, I don't think anyone would be complaining. Like, it'd be like, hey, we have another person to talk about this kind of stuff with. I'm excited. So it's always good to explore with different genres of games. But it does lead you to be like, okay, if I'm only playing these games in this slot and I'm playing these ones in this one, well, at what point do I get to play X game, because I'm pretty sure I still have this many weeks or this many streams to finish it. because, you know, before streaming, I'm not sure if you do it, Echo Dave, but I usually try and go visit the How Long to Beat page of it on it. You're like, okay, like this is how long like a casual playthrough of the game works. And then I'll usually estimate like, okay, here's how long like a basic casual of like story only took. And I'm going to assume that at some point I'm going to be doing some of the side quests. Just because I'm not going to not do side quests. I'm trying to enjoy the game for all that it is. But I also need to like understand that because I'm voicing it, talking, streaming, like it's not going to be it's definitely not going to be as fast as a casual playthrough would be, and you have to kind of add a level of time to that. Or it's like, oh, it takes 20 hours, so it's like, okay, well if I stream for 3 to 4 hours each stream, then if I were to just take it at the 20-hour mark, then yeah, it would be approximately like 6 streams, right? Can I say 20, 3 to 4? Like, let's say I stream for 4 hours each time. 20 divided by 4, that's 5. That'd be 5 streams of that game. However, that's if I'm going at the casual rate, and I am streaming for 4 hours. Chances are I only usually do 2.5 to 3. So that adds like another 1 or 2 streams to the entire thing. Then, at that, you also have to consider the slowness at which you're going to go. So it's like, okay, I'm streaming, I'm going to be talking, I'm not going to focus the entire time on the game itself. So let's add like another 3 hours, so that's another entire stream just because I'm talking, not playing at maximum efficiency. And then the 20 was just the story. So if I'm doing some of the side quests at least, then that's probably going to be like another 5, which, you know, you're going to add another 2 to 3 streams. So it really starts getting where it's like, man, this game is going to take me like a couple months to get through maybe. Like I would have to go back and see when I first started streaming this game, because I think I'm on stream number 12. It's why I'm actually glad I archive it on YouTube, because it lets me keep track of that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure this is like number 12. Yeah, streaming slows things down quite a bit. Yeah, it really does. Because the thing is, right? Like, one thing that I could straight up do right now, it's like, oh, if you really prompted me with an interesting question, boom, I can pause it. And I can just be like, hey, let's sit here and talk some. Right? I can just pause it right now and talk for 10, 15 minutes and then get back to the game. Well, that's 10, 15 minutes, not me playing the game, but me streaming the game, quote unquote, that, you know, is added on to my playthrough time. However, in this case, it's not, because I went to the PlayStation menu. However, you know, good time. Demon's Souls, really good game. Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, also really good game. Persona 5 Royal, do I need to even say? Trails of Cold Steel 3, I mean, of course. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, highly suggest, if you have any kind of PlayStation system, PS4, PS5, highly suggest getting this game. Really good, 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, I can't really talk about it without spoiling it. And then Cold Steel 4, amazing. But back to this game. That was a quick aside. However, I'm happy with how quick that aside actually was. Because I will say, I think I have a, not necessarily a bad habit, but I am very prone to just stopping everything and talking about, like, a prompt. Which isn't bad. Like, I think that the talks I do go on, essentially, like that, are really fun, at least for me, and engaging and interesting. But otherwise, it's just like, yeah, I need to try and move forward a little bit. Okay, so I got 203. Did he say what he say needed? 270. Okay, so records, Noisepedia. So I found 7. So be my last. Okay, so I need to go to hard probably. So
gotta focus.
let's do this. Yeah, gonna get an XL. Yeah, I mean, it's a really damn good game. I think one of the most unfortunate parts of it is that it's only on PlayStation. Like, I'm not sure if I'd play through the game again if it were on PC, but it is one of those few games where I think purely for the sake of supporting Vanillaware, I think they're the ones who made that game. I think they're the same ones who did, oh, what is it, Odin Sphere? And then one of the other ones, like another side-scrolling beat-em-up. Like, I would buy the game purely to just support them. Like, it is that good. I really liked it. I don't know if I really want a sequel. It's not a game that I think needs a sequel, because it's so well contained in its own story. But I would definitely play whatever next game they have, without a doubt. Easily one of the best game purchases I kind of made in quite a while. And like this year and last year, honestly, pretty darn good in terms of game quality. Like it's quite interesting to think, like, man, I've had like multiple games that I would consider like near 10 out of 10s or 10 out of 10s in such a short time. Like Persona 5 Royal, I think it was 2019 or 2020. I can't remember when it came out in US. But that, Ghost of Tsushima, 13 Sentinels, like a whole bunch, like 3, just 10 out of 10 games, like, without a doubt. And I'm just, like, I'm so happy that I was able to get that amount of 10 out of 10 games in honestly such a short amount of time. Because you don't get very often. Like, there are some games where I would consider it, like, pretty darn close to 10 out of 10. But maybe not, like, exactly. Just due to, like I've gotten quite a few, like, 9 out of 10s, I would say. Like, I'd put Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart at, like, a 9 out of 10, because it does what it sets out to do really well. I think there are just some small things that I think I would have rather had be a little bit different. I'd have to go check my... That was one of the few games that I did, like, a Twitter thread on. Because when I play a game on stream, right, you can hear my opinions on it and all my qualms, and at the end of the stream I generally try and summarize all my thoughts on it. And not necessarily give it a number ranking, but something about it. Okay, so got Frog, got Raven. I don't believe that's it again. So are you saying I have to do it easy? Oh god, okay. Okay. Once again, like, it is quite interesting because this really just, like, hammers home the point of, yeah, switching difficulties is something you're meant to do in this game. Like, unless you switch difficulties, you're not going to get everything. So it's honestly pretty important for you to do that. And I really enjoy it. Got 23 health. Girl, damn. You getting thick with health.
Welcome.
Love it.
Are you looking for something?
Yeah, see you later. Okay, so gotta go to easy, I guess.
What to do?
But I also want to check out those pins that I've been getting. New. Yeah, because I got those. New. So we got this. Be my last. Which is rapid tap, throw red cards that pursue foes around the target in waves of 2. Oh, around the target. Okay. Chance of moderately burning the enemy, or deploy wave of bursting bubbles that change the tide of battle, keep attacking and release blast rolls that knock enemies back. I'm gonna do that. And do you have any new ones? No. Ooh, we got Raven. Ooh. Glide through the air with breathtaking black wings. Fully charged to send the enemies flying. Okay, you know what? I'll mess with that. Oh, wait. Damn it. God, I'm a fool. I keep... well, I mean, I might as well come and change hers. When did I have her be? I did it. Oh, I switched them, so... His... Oh, because that's an L1, so... So... Things of ice. Does this evolve? Yeah, it does. Okay, so that's where I got that one from. Okay, so this is fine. Gonna be leveling up a few things. Already have 2 Uber pins equipped. That's why I can't equip that one. Okay, this is fine. Okay, so now hopefully this easy will get me what I need it to. But I am at least unlocking the pins that they're associated with. There we go, 15. Come on, easy, so I figure mine as well, right?
Victory is all but assured.
Like, if they... Like, hopefully I'll be able to just kind of go through. Now, what I forgot is that due to me switching my due to me switching my my cards or my stuff, that they're going to be a bit more difficult to
Follow me, yo. Copy that.
There we go. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to as easily get the things that I was doing, because I will say, once you get a set of pins down, you're pretty darn good for a while. Like, you're like, okay, I've learned how to use X pin, which has allowed me to really just kind of take advantage of things.
Most spectacular.
Keep going.
Indeed.
Because it's one of those things where it's like, okay, now I know the move set essentially and all the combos I need to do, almost like a fighting game, which I'm not too in with. Like, I don't do fighting games, but I kind of get the idea. Where it's like, okay, have this character, learn their combos, learn the ways that they be, but once I switch up to a different character, it doesn't work exactly the same. So I have to get reacclimated to how this person does it, essentially.
Follow me, yo.
Indeed.
Let's turn up the volume, yo.
Masterfully done.
Feel the heat.
Just doing my job.
Like a boss. Follow me, yo. Perfecto.
Because it's like there's different timing where, like, with the other one, I was able to kind of very quickly release them in time.
Doing my job.
Specifically my L1 attack and any other like beat drop, because he would teleport right above the enemy and drop it on him. Whereas this, the birds have travel time, which in turn makes it so I can't,
My humble contribution.
I have to release it a little bit early and kind of presume the beat drop will occur. That way, in the amount of time it takes for the beat drop to kind of dial down, the birds will hit the enemy.
Our party is equipped to win.
So it's small things like that where, you know, as you're switching the pins, you don't necessarily think of them, because why would you? Like, you're not, like, that's not your main concern. Your main concern is primarily like, okay, I just need to make sure that all the things are essentially the same input type. And that's all you're really looking at. But then it's as you're fighting that you think, okay, this is much different than how I previously played essentially the same game. Now, would these pins add essentially replayability value to the game? I don't know. I'm not sure that the game is like, you already use a whole bunch of pins as you go throughout the game. There's no like Dark Souls, this is my one weapon that I'm gonna beat the entire game with kind of deal, which would thereby make it so the replayability is the weapons. This game, it's like you're switching out your pins pretty significantly, pretty constantly throughout the game until you get darn close. Like, until you get really comfortable with, like, a strong enough set of pins to be able to deal with things. And even then, like, there probably comes a point in the game where it's like, okay, we're gonna phase out the old ones that you had and give you new ones with similar aspects, similar button presses, just to get you up to, like, a damage threshold where you can deal with things. So, I don't think the pins necessarily add replayability value in the way that a lot of people probably would think. But they are very interesting. They keep the game new and fresh even as you get more and more familiar with the system in general, which is important. Is the story related to the older game? Kinda, yes and no. So basically, there are some returning characters in this game from the old game, and the characters will have mentioned and will continue to mention events or essentially the outcomes from the first game in this one as like potential causes for why certain things are the way they are in this one, but it's not exactly it's not a game where you necessarily have to play the first game to get this game, but it probably would definitely help. Yeah, because like one of the big things in essentially one of the chapters was, hey, hey, Neku's is in the Reaper's game again. We gotta get him on our team because he's apparently really strong, and he's like did some really cool shit like 5 years ago. And it's like, okay, well, unless you played the first game, you wouldn't know really who Neku is or what like legendary things he did to warrant such praise. However, this game is, I would say, generally trying to stand on its own while trying to thread itself into the World Ends With You world kind of deal. The world that didn't end with them in that first game, basically. Because, you know, I'd say that's like one thing that franchises kind of have to try and do, or at least sequels, where it's like, okay, we don't want to isolate the people that really enjoyed the first game and who aren't coming on to it new. Like, they want to see some of like the older stuff, the stuff callback, whether it be in systems, the way the game plays, or characters. And that's always the thing you have to kind of balance. Now, like games like Trails, they got it easy. It's like, we can just bring back Oliver. Boom, done. And every Trails fan is like, yeah, Oliver, and I'm like, yeah, Oliver. Now that I know. But yeah, it's things like that where like even as like the game's system changes, there are certain aspects of the game that, you know, they have stayed the same, like all the NPCs having like storylines and being unique individuals, and and certain returning characters, and the world itself in general. That, you know, you're like, okay, while they might play different, while they might look different, it's still all trails. And it's those through lines that that really key you in. This game, what like the things that kind of connect it are the Reaper's game, essentially the setting of the conflicts, while different in this game in terms of context and other things, is like that's the thing. It's still the Reaper's game. It's all set in Tokyo, Shibuya, basically. So another thing, the fashion is another aspect, and like as they did returning characters. And like those kinds of things are what connect them, along with some other systems like the pins to attack people with and do mystical abilities, puzzle solving in terms of like quest way, I guess. Not sure how to describe that way that quests are.
It's over. Exquisite timing. We got this.
Hey, Fontano. How are you doing, my man? Hope you're doing well on this fine day. Ugh. Next couple days, I'm gonna have to. I was talking about this earlier, but after, not sure if you guys have seen any of the stuff on Twitter about Streamlabs, because I use Streamlabs OBS. But it's gonna be annoying because I have to basically go back to OBS. Good at a fun abscess fight. They're so dumb. Yeah. I've gotten a few dumb abscess fights. In SMT5, Echo Dave, if you haven't played it. They're essentially mini boss kind of deals, or challenge enemies, I would say, more likely, not even bosses a lot of the time. That are called abscesses. But sometimes SMT5 AI, not the smartest, they'll just continuously attack enemies that can't be hurt by a certain element or something, and it's great. It's fantastic. But, yeah, pretty sure the first one blocks the path. Yeah, I think that's the only one. Well, they're probably... Yeah, I think that's the only one that blocks a main story path. I know that once you get to, like, that, like, city-esque area, still in, like, that first chunk, to go right, you have to beat an abscess to go up the mountain and access, like, that side quest area. But I think that's the first one is the only one that blocks core progress. I think that and maybe the second one. So yeah, not sure what to call them. I mean, I would say that they're optional, but I mean the miracle stuff that they give you, a lot of it like isn't really optional when you get really down to it. Like if you don't beat the abscesses, you can't you can't even have like a full demon compendium, and you won't be able to get all of the or you can't have a full demon stock. You can't have however many that is. You won't be able to get all your skills. So yeah. How long before no miracle run? Oh, I guarantee that they probably people are probably already working on them, right? I was about to say they probably already exist, but then I realized, oh yeah, this game was released globally. This is a global release, not just like a Japan then English. So probably not.
Let us take the shortcoming.
Okay, look at that. Okay, so yeah, there we go. 270. Flying High, Bérangère Lapin, Lovebird Magnum, The World Within. Nice. I'm gonna submit an 80%, but it's only a matter of time. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Because I think the thing is, people are still also, because right, like any percent, they would have to specify any percent chaos or order, and I don't even know if there's a middle route in this game. I presume there is.
Let me think this
But,
through.
so it's like, well, there might not be. Okay, so that's patrol rounds. This is charge electric wire. Put that on. R1 piercing pillar. What the heck? 2 pillar of light. Pillars of light. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'll take that bomb. You're all leveled up. Ooh, okay. Your evolution, so you like mutate or something. And that's just heavy slam. Okay, so that's good. So I got a couple more. Yeah, I can go back to hard. Yeah, I'm honestly excited to continue playing through the game. I'm not sure how far you are, Fontano, but it's hard to say without any potential spoilers. I am beyond the first like chunk. I have gotten beyond desert. Nocturne is true demon ending as the first. I'm level 26. Yeah, I'm around like level, I think 23, 22, 23. Yeah. I think we're probably, I think you're a little bit further than me, but we're probably around the same area. Just did a fight at the temple, if that helps. Yo, we got your damn pin right here.
All right.
Yep, that's the one. You're free to go. No, I wouldn't be so eager to get through if I were you. Why, pray tell? I heard there's some nasty stuff in store for you.
Huh?
Like what? And he's gone. Got its own. Yeah, that was. Got a lot of pins there. And like the thing is, right? Like if I wanted to get everything, right? To get all the pins, I would probably have to go through the entire Noisepedia and beat everything on ultimate, hard, normal. Like it seems like I've done most of them on like all the difficulties, except for yeah, the further down you go, the less I've done on each. Yep. And does he even tell you? Yeah, because the thing is, it doesn't even tell you where you encountered it. Like it doesn't tell you where you encountered it, so you don't know. Like, okay, I can go to this chapter and do that there. But like these guys, like you just have to kind of assume, like, oh yeah, this one's level 6, this one's level 16. But some of these guys, right, like this boss, you only fight him once. So you would have to go through the entire chapter again to get him on easy, and then the entire chapter again to get him on normal, and then ultimate. So it's kind of annoying. Because there's no real easy way to go through the bosses, I guess. Oh, man, yes, yeah. I just finished the Lamu fight. I first tried that one. The Noah fight. Oh god, that one sucked.
Rindo.
I'd say my only qualm with the game so far. My only qualm with the game so far that I think is like a legit qualm. No, it was a little hard, like 2 tries. Yeah, it took like 3 or 4, I think. Maybe 5. Because I, like, basically what I try and do whenever I hit a boss, right, is like, I'll try and like brute force it with my current squad like a couple times. And then after that, I'll be like, okay, let's try and take the necessary steps. Like, okay, I know that they use this move and it's weak to this, so let's build my party around that. Yeah, like I specifically had to like make a high pixie because of the wind resist and then give her Augie to help with it because they also had heals. But yeah, it's like those things where like that'll just take a few attempts. But yeah, so I'd say my only qualm, right, is when you lose, it doesn't like what else? It does like the game over screen. I'm on normal, but I just went in with a rework adding Feng Huang. Yeah, I'm also on... Well, actually, I think I'm on, like, the quote-unquote easy difficulty, and it still messed me up. Phoenix. Yeah, it's the Phoenix. I was just thinking, because, like, the, in that mountain area, the long dragon gives you that quest to go kill, like, the 4, like, Chinese symbol beasts, or symbol demons. And one of them was, like, a Phoenix-looking one, and I couldn't remember if that was Fan Huang. Yeah, Celestial Beast. But they're all, like, level 45. And even the quest is like, you're too weak to do this right now. Just come back later. Surprising that they didn't go with the Japanese names. What were the Japanese? Because I can't remember. But yeah. Basically had to build my party out for that. Hey, Rin dude, what's up? About this whole working together with Kanan thing. Oh, I know you think I haven't thought through properly, but even if Kanan wasn't involved, I'd still think it's best for us to do something, you know? Fret, because I knew them as Suzaku, Genbu, Byako, and Seiryu, like they're in other games. Oh, okay, that's not the names? But, like, Genbu is known as Xuan. Okay. Okay, I didn't... Yeah, that's how I thought they were as well. I guess I didn't think of it. Yeah, well, I wonder if, because I know that they've been releasing, like, daily things for all the demons that show up, so I wonder if those have already had, like, their day, and I wonder if maybe in their discussion about it they explain why the name has changed. And I know we haven't seen eye to eye on a lot of stuff this week, and it's like, they suck at these kind of conversations. You know, at first I thought things would just work themselves out, that we could just go with the flow. But man, I really don't want to get erased.
Yeah.
I know, Fret. Me neither. Not sure. Didn't watch any of those. Yeah, I haven't really watched them. Like, I sometimes saw, like, Noisy Pixel, like, post like, tweets on them, like the transcribed, like, things, and I read them real quick. But I haven't really watched them. But what I do know is that when they did Mara, the penile chariot, they showed some combat, and he was at level 69. And I'm pretty sure the comments for that video were just a whole bunch of nice. Did a hard fight against Jatayu, though. Felt good. I think that's the one that was coming down from the mountain where you had to go get its egg, right? Yeah, that thing, like, it encountered me and it just messed me up, and I was like, I'm just gonna run from it, heal, and then just go get the egg and run away from it. Gives you absolutely nothing. Fun. Yeah. So Fontana. Okay, so my question. So the first issue that as I was saying, my only qualm with the game is that you get a game over, it shoots you to game over, and then it starts you at, like, your last save. My main qualm is that they don't just give you, like, a retry option, or like a retry in main menu, right? Like that. I think that's my only qualm right now. Moving past that. So, when I started the game, I started on the normal difficulty. And when I started, and like, you do the first fight against the demons, and then you go, and it's like, hey, recruit demons. And the first thing you encounter is a slime. How many tries did it take you to recruit a goddamn slime? Because it took me so many tries, and they kept doing so much damage to me. First? God damn it, man. Like, I think I had, like, it got to the point where I had to switch the game off of normal difficulty down to the easier one because, like, they were doing so much damage to me that I needed to be able to fight them enough so I could heal myself. Because it costs money in this game. And, like, I just could not, like, for some goddamn reason, like, I would think, like, it would just keep giving me different, like, it wouldn't give me, like, the same, conversation. It would always be a different one, so I could never memorize, like, okay, the slime likes this response for this question, and then the second response is this. Or I would get to the part where it's like, hey, give me something, and it's like, I don't have any money because I've had to use all of it to heal myself. Just got through P2 to be fair, and that was a lot of personality guessing. Yeah. See, I think some of them are a lot easier, but like the brute one specifically, where like almost seems nonsensical, Because it's like, okay, I can't, like... Yeah, it was annoying. Like, I had to just skip by it and go find a pixie. Because I'm like, I can recruit a pixie and you can heal me. Have I seen Mara's moveset in P3? No, I don't. Is it? I'm pretty sure... I can't remember. It's usually a physical attacker, right? Like, it usually has, like, berserk and stuff. Do you know Kanon? Yeah, you're right. Oh. I thought about it, too, and decided it was our best option. Is that really your decision?
Huh?
I mean... Yeah? So far as I decided to take Swallow's advice. Oh, then that's great. You know, it's weird. You're always bitching about this and that. I am? When it comes time to make a decision and do something, I've got nothing to say. So I guess this is progress. Sorry. It's just, I can't spring into action like you. I need more time. And I'm sorry I couldn't make a decision sooner. Don't sweat it, pal. Can't expect you to change the way you are. Hey, at least you came to the right decision. Simp! Simp Nation! Simp! I guess. Okie dokie, let's head up Kanon. Looks like they finally decided on something. You go with that, Nagi? Well, my fears are not entirely assuaged. I shall defer to Lord Rindo's decision. At the very least, I am relieved that the tension in the air is dissipated. This is how a team should be. Friendly and peaceful. Or so I believe. Me too, yo. How nice to have a kindred spirit. Man, this reminds me of the good old days. I mean, we ain't dead like the old days. But we're still just as cut off from the RG as we was before. 'Tis a limited life we lead. We are but birds in a cage, trapped behind bars and meticulously supervised. At least y'all ain't gotta carry around those player pins no more. 'Twas my understanding that we did. For real? How come I didn't get one? Perchance you already did? They were circulating the RG not long ago. Wait, I was thinking of P5. Charge, heat up, firm stance. Yeah, buddy! Dude, you know, sometimes you gotta heat up, and then you gotta charge that Mara, and then take a real firm stance with that Mara, and then, you know, just go to town on the enemies. Hopefully, like maybe you're fighting Lunan Sid. That's a pretty good enemy to use Mara against. You know, and then okay, Fontano. In the quest chain, who did you side with, Asparis or Lunan Sid? I want to know that. Oh, that thing? Yeah, I got one right here. Hold up, yo. I'm going for Chaos. Ah, okay. See, I didn't I have not been focusing on, like, Chaos or Order. I've literally just been going kind of blind and being like, this is what I want to do. And I also went for Lunan because I was like, yeah, honestly, I like the cut of her jib more. I like to believe, like, I like her design more. I think she'd be a cooler demon. And I like the cut of her jib. Screw Asperus. There, I got my Sykes back. That's the same pin I got this pin from my buddy at school.
Oh?
A token of their affection, perhaps? Doubt it. Why do you ask? No reason other than mere curiosity. However, your tale does remind me of a similar experience of my own. I had embarked on a preliminary inspection of an upcoming Alestra event space, and coincidentally came into possession of this mysterious pin. Ever tell you what happens in P3 if you equip Mara in the Velvet Room? No! However, I am curious now. It was only after obtaining said pin that I found myself suddenly able to enter people's minds.
Hey!
Oh, what you talking about? Something juicy? These pins. You remember when y'all picked them up? Pretty sure it was last week. Yeah, the same day we started playing the Reapers game. Just as I thought. I still don't get it, but I'm getting closer. Wait, so you do get it or you don't? I believe he means to suggest we come to the UG because we acquired these pins in the RG. Kubo did say something about it being easier for them this way. If you enter the room, there's a unique reaction for each of the MCs. Oh, really? Okay. In which case, perchance the pins serve less as identifiers and more as invitations. Didn't Mr. Minami say something about your pin letting you turn back time, too? He sure did. So if these pins is the only reason we can use our Sykes, what'll happen if I smash mine to bits? Whoa, slow down there, cowboy. Trust me, you do not want to do that. You might end up erasing yourself. That hypothesis certainly holds water when one factors in that we've ceased to exist in the RG. If FemC has it with Theo, he responds, why do you have that thing equipped? It's very unladylike. Oh, well. Love it. See, I will say, FemC did give me hope before Persona 5 Royal came out of being like, oh my god, is Kasumi like the female Joker? Like, are they adding another female main character? And like, I like Kasumi as a character, like, don't get me wrong, but I really wanted to have like a female like option to go as, to play as, to spice that up, because I'm like, man, like it's unfortunate that my boy Brogy, he doesn't get the love he deserves. He doesn't get the respect he deserves. Joker would give him all that respect. Elizabeth just goes, tee-hee, it's very manly, that much is certain. Dude, frickin' dick chariots, man. Find yourself a girl who looks at you like Elizabeth looks at Mara. Huh. Is it just me? Does mine look even more different than before? Maybe the more you use it, the differenter it gets.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. Hey, yo, you coming over here? What you doing? Hey, yo, I'm Christopher Walken here.
Hey, what's up, my man? How's it going? Hey, we made it. Now what?
Yeah.
I was expecting you so soon. I'll be borrowing your leader if you don't mind. That's you, Rin, dude.
Huh?
Just me? Just you. All by your lonesome. So what do? Just head inside? Correct. You'll get your mission once you're in. Come on, let's get this over with. Take care, Lord Rindau. Well, here goes. Best of luck to you.
Oh yeah, time to mess with some stuff.
Dab. Love it. Okay, remind me that I should try Matador again. I might need some fusing. Yeah, I gotta go back to Nocturne Matador. That is a game that I do plan on playing. And I did say I was gonna do it on stream, so I will. I'm hoping that goes on. See, if I remember, like, Persona 4, it's like it was released at like $50, and now, like, if you look on Steam, it's like $30. I'm hoping that same kind of like price drop will happen with Nocturne. No, I just got the DLC for hell of it, avoiding overleveling. Ah, okay. I didn't get the DLC for 5 because I didn't want to. And also, I've heard rumors that apparently in like the source code or something, like there's like some mention of like platforms, like intended platforms that include PS5 or PS4 and 5 and PC. So I'm like, ooh, if SMT5 comes to the PC, that would be pretty good, because it would look great on PC. And frankly, it shouldn't be that hard to port, because it was made in Unreal, which I believe one of the big things about Unreal is it is relatively easy to port to different systems. But yeah, I think, I'm hoping, like, I'm planning on buying a lot of games, especially for streams, in December, when, like, a lot of the winter Steam sale happens, as long as they're like good sales, I guess. But I follow the same philosophy for exclusive games as I do for hardcore or hard copy VNs. I mean, I already have, but the main reason why the DLC is usually when it gets on PC. I know with like Trails, what they would do is, because it was like a half-year difference, they would kind of like lump in the DLC with the main game. But what I see is, like, even if they don't, if I'm going to buy it again, I could just get on PC and then buy the DLC there. If I wait for the preferred version, then I don't help the sales, and that is what people look at for those decisions in my life. Oh yeah, without a doubt. But it's also, in my brain, it's a matter of like, well, I'm not sure if I like the game, or I already know that the game has done quite well in terms of sales, so I'm fine with waiting, or I'm waiting because I have other games I'm playing now anyway, right? Like, even if I bought Nocturne right now, I'm not going to be streaming it next. Like, I already have this game. I already have Fae Tactics. After Fae Tactics, I'm basically planning on starting up, well, song as guy. I'm hoping to start up Chosen This Guy's second chapter. However, I might buffer that with like Mega Man Battle Network 1, because that's a relatively short game as far as I saw. And I might be able to get through relatively quickly. So it's like, well, I know that I'm not going to be playing it immediately. So if I know I'm not going to be getting it immediately, I might as well wait for a time where it might be more easy on my wallet. I'm back. Hey, Mr. Light. Because, like, I'm going to be buying a lot of games for streaming. And additionally, mentioned it before, I'm also going to be buying a new PC. So, while it's going to be hit hard, although probably not as bad because year-end bonus and other things will probably lighten that load. But it's just a matter of trying to be economical about it. Because, unfortunately, as of right now, I don't have unlimited money. However, with a small donation of $555, don't know how many fives I said, but I think it was about 7, you could pay for my entire life. Yeah. It's pitch dark. Hello? Can't see anything in here. What the hell's going on? Damn. Locked. Don't tell me. I'm trapped in here? God, you should really change your evil-sounding tone. Wah! Wah! It's the mission. To obtain your freedom, guide the outsiders to the 4 keys and decode. Outsiders? Does that mean threaten them? Fail and your imprisonment will extend. Until the end of the final day? Jeez, what do we do? Are we the outsiders? Oh my, I had hoped my premonition would be less accurate. We gotta get Rindo out of there. We can't get through the week without him. Shit, where are these keys at, yo? I just added yo because I expected him to say it. Oh, it's Rindo. He okay in there? If we are the outsiders to be guided, it stands that Lord Rindo must be the one to guide us from within. Let's see what he's got for us. Just got the mission. I think all the clues only come to me. Hang on. Tower Records, Scramble Crossing, Expressway Underpass, Tipsy Toes Hall. So, 2 arrows from the records, or, well, no. So, from an arrow from Tipsy Toes and an arrow from, okay. Apparently there are 4 letters hidden there. I have to solve some kind of puzzle with them. But you guys have to find them, obviously. Sweet, now we know where to go. Okay. Alright, gang, where to first? Tower Records is first on the list. Sound strategy as any. Time to move it. I like to move it, move it. Well, looks like we won't be teaming up with Kanon just yet. Speaking of Kanon. Hey, is Kanon in there? No, but she might be trapped somewhere else. I'm guessing our missions are probably similar. Maybe we can help each other out? I'll ask. Yeah! Okay, so this is interesting. Taking Rindo out of the party, but making me fight with 3. Here's Tower Records, so, what are we supposed to do? Hear anything from Rindo? Hang on, let me check. At Tower Records, key is marked on the back of the 10 numbered one. Whatever that means. 10 numbered one. Something with 10 numbers. Greetings. Oh, greetings. Whoa.
Oh?
Sir Kaye, if you find yourselves lost, perhaps I can assist. I will not be charging for fortunes told today. Smiley face. Really? Why though? Today's mission brings with it great uncertainty. It is simply my desire to put you at ease. Smiley face. To guide you in your leader's absence. I'll be offering free assistance to all players today. And if you're satisfied with my fortune-telling services and wish to utilize them at a later date, I look forward to providing them at my usual rates. Winky face. A surprisingly orthodox sales tactic. Call on me whenever you please. Godspeed.
What?
Sure acts funny for a Reaper. Meh, they all act funny if you ask me. At least we have someone to help us if we get stuck. So, shall we begin? We're on the lookout for 10 numbers. Gotta be around here somewhere. 10 numbers. Okay, I was not expecting. So this is the 10 number one. What the heck? Okay, so I'm thinking it might be this, like the phone booth. He shall be named Benedict. I mean, his name is Kai, eh? Maybe that. Yeah. Here, this is definitely it. A phone booth. Keypad's got 10 numbers on it. Nice. Look at me. I was like, this is the only thing that has numbers in it.
Curious.
And on its back, here. There's something here. Look.
A.
A. The letter A. I presume this is our first key. Curious. It appears as though it was better hidden previously. Someone has made it suspiciously conspicuous. How we doing on time? Fine, but we better book it to the next place. Oh, it's Rindo. Maybe something's up. Talk to Kanon. Her mission's almost just like ours. Nice, we can help each other out. Just with different clues.
Really?
Oh, that makes sense. We agreed to each do our own thing. You know, if we end up with some time to spare, we'll lend each other a hand. That's a pretty solid plan, actually. Where you head next? See, I find it funny that they're, like, texting instead of just, like, calling. Of course, he probably has to look at his screen to look at the hints, but I mean, still, I find that comical. Dab on the comedy. Hey team, where to now? Scramble crossing? Aye. No objections here. Scramble next. Got it. Alright dudes, away we go! So I will say I'm surprised that they're not having me walk and travel and fight as a 3-person unit. But, frankly, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. More just surprised. I thought they would have jumped at the point. But I guess they're like, no, unless Rindo's there, you shouldn't be fighting. What, do you think it's Kingdom Hearts without a Sora? And I say a Sora because, let's be real here, Roxas and Ventus are just Soras. Unless you have a Sora in your squad, when are you ever going to fight? Unless you're playing as Aqua or Terra in, what is it, Dream Drop Distance? No, Birth by Sleep. Did you enjoy the Me-Man map? I have not looked at a map for the Me-Mans yet. However, I think I have found 31 by myself. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I think I've been pretty good. There's one in game. Ah, okay. No, I haven't found the Me-Man map yet. But I did find the demon by the diet building that like marked like 2 Me-Mans on your map. If you gave them some Maca, which to me was like a no-brainer. I'm like, yeah, I'll spend like 2,500 Maca for 2 Me-Mans. Like, glory, yeah. Oh, that is the one? Oh, okay. Can you go back to him and get more? Or is he like a one-time only kind of deal? Like, I thought you were talking about like a physical map that just like, you can pick it up. Should have marked all, oh, okay. So I'll have to open my map again. Because I was just looking at the mini-map when he did it. Mine marked like 19. Damn. Yeah, I was only looking at like the mini-map when he did it and saw 2 like light up. And I was like, oh, perfect. So I'll have to go back in. But how many Me-Mans did you have at that point when you found them? Hark, we have arrived at Scramble Crossing. Ask Grindo what to do next. Made it to the crossing. The key shimmers on the back of Liberation's Harbinger. There's a pic too. The key shimmers on the back of Liberation's Harbinger. Oh, 30. Okay, so basically we got to the guy with like about the same one. There were 50 in the first region. Ah, okay. So I'll have to go back and do some cleanup. Guess that's who you're looking for?
Huh?
Ugh, what a drag. So we looking for this chick? Among this horde of pedestrians? Sounds like it. Keep your glasses on straight, because this is going to be tough. Her. Oh, wait, no, that's not the right hat, I don't think. Yeah, because that's... Yeah, See, the question is she moving? Because that's probably one. That's another similar one. There's one halfway down a waterfall. I got that one. I found that one. Because I saw the waterfall, tried to go behind it. I was like, oh, why can't I go behind it? And then I looked up and just saw one dancing, waving. I was like, hey, there you are, you bastard. Knew it was a waterfall. It's by the mermaid, right? Did that quest line too. Fought that boss. Well, fought both bosses because you have to fight the boss to free the mermaids, and then you have to fight the boss to whatchamacallit, to cure the curse. But yeah, I got that me, man. Are you? No, it's not the right color hat. Oh, you far in the back. There she is, right there. The demon Zephyr. Yeah, Zephyr. Nah, it's Pazuzu. It was Pazuzu. I know it was Pazuzu. Why did they change it? God damn it, random Cold Steel 3 change. Why? Get her. Poor choice in words, but phrasing aside, sally forth. Yes, this is her. This is definitely her, right? Or not? No, that's her. Put my board on it. Sweet. Okay, so where's the letter? Shimmering on her back, as you may recall. Son of a... Heads up, noise incoming. Okay, so I do get to fight. Yeah, out of flippin' nowhere. That's one of them Reapers. Agreed, they would never afford us a clue so easily. Telling this game budget must have spent a plethora of unique songs using this game. Also, CS mentioned plus energetic space. Yeah, I mean, without a doubt. Like, this game... I can go into the records after I get out of, like, this sequence, but I think this game has, like, over 70 songs that you can just play whenever you want in the records menu, which is awesome. Let's crush them. Hey, yo, let's crush them. But yeah, Cold Steel mentioned. Woo! Trails. Bastard. Okay, bitch.
You have my thanks.
Time to get wild. Just not too wild. Bring it.
Was an inexplicable success.
Just keep it up, right?
Detonate! Love it.
Time to get wild. Just not too wild.
Dude, it's so fun seeing these guys just go so far up in the sky after being hit by like a ridiculous bomb.
Alright, could have been worse.
Like, I don't think it's a hot take. I think that would probably be my least favorite way to die. Just hearing like a nerdy girl saying detonate, and then just blowing up. You know, it'd say that it goes pretty high on ways I would not like to perish. Ugh. We did it! Now we just have to... where'd she go? She was just here. That way.
What?
That way! Is it really dumb that I've actually been tracking the XP? You've been tracking it? Okay, I'm guessing I'm at like 700. Toward Hachiko. Don't let it go away. But Mr. Lit, you have to realize that's only for as long as like you've been watching. What if I mentioned Cold Steel when you weren't here watching? Ooh, it's tough.
Quay?
The hell did she go? Don't tell me she had a train to catch. Cool, yo. Just gotta keep looking. Make haste. Time marches ever forward. How the frick does Matador evade my attack at -2 evasion? Yeah, the same way that Nua hits me at -2 accuracy. Because they don't care. Okay, I think this is her. Got her! That's totally her! Sure is! And there are no noise in the vicinity. Quickly, now is our chance! Finally, now where the heck is this key? Shimmering on her back, as we have been told. Meaning, perhaps, the satchel hanging from her shoulders.
E.
That just reminds me of a meme where it's just like
EA Sports. It's in the game. E.
Love it.
E.
That's the one. It's got an E on it. A nice sparkly one. That's good enough for me. Agreed. Although I pray the remaining keys shan't take as long to locate. No kidding. It's just rude making us look for one specific girl in a place like this. Hey, where next? Since we're just going down the line, the expressway underpass is next. Let's get moving. $600 out of 32,000 at my terrible calculation. Oh, what happens when I get to 32,000? Ooh, boy. Now, question. Will the XP go up when I'm playing a Cold Steel game? Or does that, or does if I'm playing the game, does that negate me mentioning it because that is a given? Do we get true Bison? Oh! I ascend to Bisonhood. Well, yeah, now what? And we ask our all-knowing leader what's up. At the underpass. Okay. Discern 5 truths, where the image becomes real. There's another pick, by the way. Discern 5 truths. Is this like a notice 5 differences? Well, I'm already lost. Penny? Oh, I wish you wouldn't look at me in such a way. The scene in this photograph is the same as the view from our current vantage point. Yeah, I need to find 5 differences. God damn it. Discern 5 truths, the image becomes real. Perhaps... Yeah? Perhaps what? 'Tis a simple game of find the differences.
EA Sports, go fuck yourselves.
When I evolve into a Quagsire. I only count when you mention it in passing, not directly talking about. Ah, okay. So eventually when I get around to playing Cold Steel 4, I'm not going to be getting an exponential increase in XP. Okay, good to know. Simple my ass. Yeah, that's not exactly my forte. You two are awfully quick to surrender. With all our wits combined, we're sure to solve it in no time. Penny, you just got really intense. Wait, I just got something. It is the same picture as the one we received from Lord Rindo, except with 5 locations marked. Could this be a hint? Sure as heck looks like one to me. Man, what is going on today? Think one of the Rebas is helping us out? It would certainly seem that way. Could one of the other players be offering them financial encouragement? Well, whoever they are, we gotta thank them for this little answer sheet. Well, what you looking at the answers for, yo? So we can be done with it? Ain't no fun in cheating, man. Let's just use that as a last resort. I could not agree more. More. Now then, let's commence the search. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, so obvious one. Boom.
Sup?
Yo, I think I found one. What? Where? Peep this graffiti on the street. Huh? Oh wow, I totally missed it. How? Way to go, dude. It's nothing. Just leave it to your boy Pete. He certainly looks pleased with himself. Well, moving right along. Okay. Yeah, this. There's only... There's this one and then this one, but not this one.
Oh?
What do you make of this? What am I supposed to make of it? Beats me. Do you not see the lights here? There's one more than there rightfully should be. Oh, now that you mention it, it does kind of look different. It doesn't look different, it is different. You say something? Not at all. Moving on. God damn it, child. Okay. Whoop, okay. Buses are the same. Cars are the same. The swirl is the same. The sign seems to be the same. Oh, wait, well, see, the thing is, I'm not sure if I should be looking at the people. Yeah, I don't think I should be. Okay, so I found 2 obvious ones, but friggin'... Okay. Once Pokemon Brilliant Diamond comes out, I have to use a Wooper as my main ground type and see how much XP it takes to get level 1 to 20. Since I'm willing to guess 32,000 is horribly off. I mean, couldn't you just look that up? But yeah, I'm excited for Friday when it comes out, because I think I've mentioned this earlier, but I've bought 3 copies. Bought 1 copy of Pearl for me, 1 copy of Pearl, and 1 copy of Diamond. The other copies, the Pearl, Extra Pearl, and Diamond, are for my 2 nieces for early Christmas gifts, because I'm a great uncle. And I bought my almost 2-year-old nephew a toy truck. So I'm going to be giving that to them on Saturday as a early Christmas gift from good old Uncle Bison. And it's going to be fun. Okay. So maybe it's number of buildings? 1, 2... God damn it, where, like, I don't, this is so, because, like, the thing is, like, the look is slightly different, I think. You're a great uncle, but you're so young. Yeah, But, excuse me while I pop that back. I'm a fantastic uncle. Oh shit, I forgot it's this week. I need to pre-order it and just get that over with. Ah, okay. Oh, the windows. Okay. Ah, aha, here's one.
Huh?
Where? I don't see nothing. Look, you imbeciles. Look at the windows.
Whoa.
Oh, you're right. She is? I assure you I am. Okay. So windows can be a thing. So there's 4 there, 4 there, 2, God, 2 doors, stairs, lights. See, I feel like there's a lot here, so I feel like it's probably, there's one gonna be like over here, right? Unless you really don't look any older than 20 or something. I mean, I'm turning, what am I turning? I think we had discussed this. I was born December 26th. I'm turning 25 this year. Turning 25. My brother is 4 years older than me. God damn it. Also beat Matador. Deb! Yeah, good job, Fontana. You know what? For that, you get some waves and a dab. Yeah, I had to resort to freaking lightning gems, but you did it. Hey, it doesn't matter, so long as you do it. Whether by an inch or a mile, a win is a win. Where the heck? See, the thing is, right, there aren't enough, like, very noticeable things in this picture to easily identify as, like, missing or not missing. Like, this one obvious, this one easier, this one getting a little bit more obscure. But, like, I keep looking at, like, the sign, maybe. Maybe the numbers are different, but I don't think they are. And I'm looking at, like, the cars, but they're all the same. Got one. Got 2. Oh God, Fontano. See, I could just look at the mental notes, but I don't want to be a cheetah. I don't want Beat to be disappointed in me. And it's probably not that, because that's because, like, I can't count the people, I don't think. Because, like, there are a couple people standing still on the left side. I would point, but that doesn't really do anything, right? Like, I can't point at the screen. Look at that. Like, honestly, this is the best I got. This arrow. This curve. And those there. That car is there. That car is there. That sign is there, along with the sign underneath it. That sign is there. That sign is there. You bastards. Okay, in an L shape. In an L shape. That's there. I thought the clouds were different, but didn't realize one was moving. Yeah, right? Like, that's the confusing part, where we're looking at something and trying to identify what isn't. I'll... You know, let me... 2 minutes from that dab, I don't know when that dab shows up for you guys, but 2 minutes from that dab, I'm gonna look at the notes, unless I can find them. So, like, it has to be in, like, the upper half of the picture. Right? Like, it has to be. Based on, like... Because this is all, like, bottom right quadrant. So it has to be, like, somewhere over here. So... I don't think they would do number of windows again. So maybe there's just something, like, obviously, like, circle when it should be square or something. Or, like, maybe a color is different. Unfortunately, I'm not too good with colors. Partially red-green colorblind. Moderate Dutton! Moderate Duttons, rise up! What the hell for infinite losers? What the heffle? This is one of those things where it's like I'm leaning forward to try and like look, and I'm sure my head is going out of frame, which is kind of not the point of this. Am I supposed to like count the number of stripes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, great. Okay, so maybe there's a kanji or something different on the board? No. No, that's probably a bit too specific. Like, it should be obvious, right? Like, it should be something big. It has to be something that I don't necessarily need to read. 2, 1, 1 up at the top. 2 window goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, is that it? No, they both have that number. Oh, got one for real this time. Okay. Guide me, Fontano. Imagine like an imaginary found one. Are you accepting others? Yeah, I'm at this point I'll take it. I got 3 on my own. I consider that pretty solid. The ones I see are on the road. Oh, 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2. So are you talking about like the number of lanes? Is that one? Or are you talking about this being like further back? Okay, so let's try that. Oh, look here, I found one. We are all extraordinarily proud of you. Woohoo! Turns out you have some brains in you after all. Pretty awesome, right? Don't pretend you're not impressed. As impressed as one could be with a zeptogram. What does that mean again? Pay it no mind. Some things are best left forgotten. Come, we're not finished just yet. So, and then the other is the distance, is what you're saying? Here, look closely. What are we looking for? The stop line on the street. Notice anything amiss? Kinda. Maybe. I should think it's rather obvious. No matter, we're now one step closer to our goal. Okay. I like how as soon as you say, oh, it's the street, I'm like, oh, that and that. Because there's nothing else on the street. A unit mass equal to 10.21 grams, or 10 to 21 grams. Yeah. Call back to Minamimoto! Just ripping on us, calling us Zeptograms!
You Zeptograms?
B is much friendlier. That's 5, which means we got them all! Way to go, team! Yeah, I need to drink some water! This is how I'm on phone? What's that orange thing on the bridge above the leftist red light? I think that was just like a sign on the side of the building, if I remember right. Oh damn, the Matador gave us a large glory crystal. 100 glory in the bank. And you said, yeah, because you said that was the Matador, is that one of like the DLC things, or is that just like a fight? Because as far as I understood, like the DLCs, a lot, like especially like the Mitama DLC was like, okay, you got XP, and then others are like glory and stuff. Yeah, it's interesting that they brought back almost like the glory is like the equivalent to SMT5's like what is it? Not GLaDOS. Burrows, like point system. We upgrade that. Matador is the Demi Fiend DLC. It has 9 Fiend bosses. Ah, okay. Is that emote Tita? Yep. Yeah, nice. Yeah, Tita! Dude, just like the trail supremacy of like cute girls with T names. Tita, Tio, Toa. Neko Dave, is there any cute girls from Kuro that start with like a T sound? A T name? Most of my emotes are Erica, but my else are trails. Okay. Toa, Laura. And Lisa. It's almost like there's a pattern. Yo, Bastel! Okay, so I think that's what, Noelle, Toa from Xanadu, and then Tita. I have like 2 more. I don't have all of them set right now. The 5 truth has been revealed, followed by the letter R. It's still unclear how we are meant to use these letters. Yeah, and we ain't got much time to think about it. But hey, there's only one left to find. Only one place left to go. Tipsy Toes Hall, here we come.
Here we come.
Ren and Milliam. You know, those are 2 very different moods. Especially depending on the game. Because Milliam's always one mood, but Ren changes, as far as I know. Strange, like, I wasn't, like, oddly enough, as far as I understand, Ren is, like, one of the other characters, other than, like, Oliver, that has shown up in every arc of Trails, as of right now. Because she is, as far as I understand, she is introduced in Sky 2nd chapter. She shows up in one or both of the Crossbow games, because, as far as I understand, if I remember right, that's why Estelle and Joshua were even in Crossbell. Then she's in Cold Steel. I'm not going to say to what degree, because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone here, unless, because I don't know if Tay's lurking or anything. I don't want to spoil stuff like that. But then she shows up in Kuro as well. So like odd, like she's almost like she's like Olivier's apprentice, showing up in every arc, whereas he shows up like damn near every freaking game. Where like I think it was like in 0, that's the only game he hasn't shown up in, or something. I'm not sure about Kuro, of course. I don't know much about Kuro so far. So as far as I know, yes. Yeah, the only thing I know about Kuro are like some of like the character introduction things. Like, hey, look at Van Arkwright, and look at Agnes, and look at Tech Child. Like, just some of those basic things. I don't know much about the story. I think I watched the opening. Which is cool because it's done in engine, which is neat. I think that's pretty neat. Here we are, Tipsy Toes Hall. What do we do here? Let me check. Tipsy Toes. Okay. All three of you? Of course. Duh. From east to west, from southwest to north, from northwest to southeast. So, east to west, from southwest to north, from northwest to southeast. When 3 lenses align, one will reveal your guide. Find the guide, find the key. What? I think the lenses mean cameras. So you need to look at 3 different places through your cameras or something. Oh, so that's why you wanted to make sure we were all here. So we shall each cover one of the listed directions, east, southwest, and northwest. And then see what our cameras can show us from there.
What?
How are we going to know what's different between them?
Indeed.
An excellent point. But we had some method of observing each other's devices. My apologies. You had another sudden appearance. I nearly forgot to supply you with the tools you need. That would have earned me a scolding. Allow me to update your RNS applications. It will only take a moment. Need to get off Reddit. I want to romance Kate Sith. I mean, I feel like Kate Sith is an honorable cat, akin to Antonio Banderas, and would treat you right so long as you are honorable. But I mean, like, let's be real here. Like, we're all going for Mara, right? Oh, God.
Hey.
Like, what other demon could give you a ride around town, right? He's the only one with a ride. It's not worse than the poll I saw years ago. Hey, got updated. You are now able to share your screens with your teammates while using the camera. Useful in the context of this puzzle, no? Hell yeah, it is. Thanks, man. Okay, seriously, what is with all the help today? Let's just say a certain someone is working to ensure your success. Winky face. And who might that be? Someone who has your best interests at heart. Just as I do. Well, best of luck out there. We doing this, yo. Dibs on Southwest. He says while racing northeast. No matter, I shall cover the northwest. Okay, that leaves me with east. Which is this way? Ugh. This seems like a good enough place to stop. Everyone good? My preparations are complete. Yeah, I'm here. Camera's rolling. When 3 lenses align, one will reveal your guide. You have to find something on one screen that isn't on the others. Shit, I thought we was done with the find differences bull. Damn it. Okay. Shit. Yes, southwest. See anything weird? So there's a store. A bike. Some stuff. Pronta. Eastern. The bike. Stuff. Northwestern. Okay, now there's a bike. Oh god, this is going to be atrocious. Quickly, Fred, stare at the sun and try to remember your crappy sunsets. Some real directions. Some direction. Yeah, right. Oh crap! I'm looking at the sun and it's noon, so it's right above me. Shit. Okay. This is going to be horrendous. So I can see this in this camera. And I can see this in that camera. But in the northwest, I can't find it. So I'm trying to find what am I trying to find what I can't see? So when 3 lenses align, one will reveal your guide. Find the guide, find the key. So I think what I'm trying to find is the one thing in one of the cameras that isn't in the other. So there's something in 2 of them that isn't in the or no, there's one thing in one that when 3 lenses align, one reveal your guide. So there must be something I can only see from one of them that isn't in the other two. Oh, God. So light posts are in, like, all of them. Oh, God, this is... Actually, is that... No, that's the building, so it's in all three. Gotta go. See you later, Neko Dave. Thanks for dropping by, my man. Hope you can figure out what game you want to stream next. Maybe that truck? Because I can't see the truck from here. Can't see the truck from here. So maybe... that?
Oh?
This, perhaps? No, that can't be right. Okay, so not the truck. Oh, God. This is... See, this is the kind of stuff that really got me stuck when I was playing the first game. Because, like, I'm not too good at puzzles. I am confident that I'm probably never going to play a puzzle game on stream. But when JRPGs include puzzles, I can't really get around it. Because I am atrocious at this kind of stuff. Like, I would say I'm pretty smart in terms of, like, academic ability. Like, I can do maths and sciences and remember some history stuff. And I'm pretty good at, like, some trivia. But puzzles can just F right the hell off, man. Maybe this fellow with a phone? Maybe... no, I can see him in that. So I can see him from all of them. It's not an anomaly. It's not something strange. Ooh, my tummy be rumbling. Excuse me a sec. I'm gonna go get a snack. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got my snack. So recently I've been into like these banana chips that I bought from Market Basket. These things are awesome. Like this full tin, like it was like filled like pretty high. Like this full tin, like it's as big as my hand. Like it only cost $4, and it's like lasted me like an entire week of me just snacking on these banana chips. It's nice because I feel kind of healthy eating dried fruit, even though I probably shouldn't. I don't know how healthy they are. But where is it, Mr. Light? Where do you see it? Because I don't even know if it's in this camera. I apologize for any crunches. As I said, they are banana chips. So, they're not exactly soft. But they are tasty. Like, frankly, I'd probably rather eat the, like if I were watching a movie, I'd probably want to eat these. Go to Fret's angle. It's the person. Oh, is it? Oh, it is this little, like, child. Because... yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, look at that. My man, Mr. Light. Look at you. Good job, my bro. Yep.
That turned out great.
You know what? That works too. It's gonna throw some dabs, but that's good enough. Bam. Child. Oh my god. I think it is. This is it. She's our guide. Are we supposed to get all up close and personal? Hey guys, I think I found it.
Huh?
Hey, where'd she go? Perhaps look through the camera could provide you an answer. How does that work, you think? Like AR or something? Who cares how it works? Just do it, yo. Alright. I'm still not seeing anything. You sure there was someone there? Viewing from the east may prove useful. Oh, right, so it's like here-ish? See anything? Sure do, and it's creepy as all hell. As creepy as all get out. It's like a ghost. Hey man, don't try and scare me like that. Most fascinating. It looks like our spooky pal left us a dying message. Convenient. It's just the one letter. P. A perfectly presentable P. P in green. It's like they urinated on the floor. We better let Rindo know. On it. Well, that's all four. Back to Oise then? I got to a point where give building decorations stare at people for a minute. Staying here not working for too long. So you're building decorations for something? You're preparing for Thanksgiving, or is it Christmas decorations? I must say, I feel strange leaving this apparition here. How lonesome it must be to stand watch in one place without end. Yeah, and people passing by not even knowing you're there. Whoever came up with this puzzle has some serious issues to work through. That's all the letters. Took us long enough. We don't have much time left. There's still one more riddle to solve. There's 6 blanks, so I guess the letters go there. And the clue is swim up the Onden River from the Shibuya River. Then float down the Utagawa River and Shibuya River. Rivers? What do they have to do with anything? The Shibuya River runs under Shibuya Station. What about the Onden River? Looks like it goes under Tower Records. The Utagawa River is obviously in Utagawa and runs under Tipsy Toes Hall. And it flows back into Shibuya River. We got the E at Scramble Crossing. R at Expressway Underpass. A at Tower Records. And P at Tipsy Toes Hall. I think I get it. Probably follow the rivers in the clue and put the letters in as you pass each place you got them. So, swim up the Onden from Shibuya. So, from Shibuya. So, swim up the Onden from Shibuya and float down the Utagawa and Shibuya River. So, R-E-A-P-E-R. Yeah, because you're going Shibuya up, so R-E, and then, like, you're going from the Shibuya, R-E, up the Onden, which is A, then float down the Utagawa, P, back to the Shibuya, E-R. So, yeah, R-E-A-P-E-R. Which, honestly, not even that bad. Reaper. But I will say, the way that they do a lot of these puzzles, very helpful in that they give you enough information on the screen that you don't really feel like the need to... How to say? There's no need to keep like a separate notebook to try and keep track of this stuff. Because there's enough information given to you. Like, they labeled where you got each letter on the map. So you didn't have to try and remember it. You just had to be like, okay, I need to follow the clues. And I really like that. Because it's not an annoying kind of puzzle where it's like, oh god, where did I get it? Okay, I had to try and force myself to think through it all. Like, I think it's a very smart way to do it. Where you've already gone through the troubles of getting the things at the locations, but you might not remember what exact letter you got where. So they just put it in the location for you on the map, so you can more easily associate the visual information to what they're intending you to get it with. Got something. Yes, I got it right. And now there's a target for us to take down? Have to get outside. The door's unlocked. Yo, Rin Dude! I'm glad to see you free and well. And I'm glad to be out. Thanks, guys. It was not merely by our efforts alone, however. You mean someone was helping you out? So it would seem. Even the Reapers showed us considerable favor. Let's save the rundown for later, yo. This ain't over yet. It's not? Didn't we just complete the mission? Not quite. We have to go to the Scramble Crossing now. Should be a target there. Once that's taken care of, then we're done. Victory is nearly within our grasp. Wait, what about Kanon? Sup, girl? Once escapes, they can help whoever's left. Sounds good. How are you holding up? I just got out, so I can help if you need it. She made it out? Oh, thank God. No thanks, just got out a minute ago. Good to hear. The Ruinbringers and PRs are already out and about too. All that's left is the target. May the best team win. Good luck to both of us. All set? Let's get to Scramble Crossing. Nice. Are they just teleporting us there? No, okay. Cursed Croaker. Drawing enemies with a black hole that damages any foes caught inside. Clawing enemies deal heavy damage to each other. That's neat. Okay, so I did all 3 of those. Okay, so that's an L2 hold. Okay, so it's kind of like the fire one, but a little bit different. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a big. I'm gonna do a chain right here. And get some XP on these pins. Also, I haven't fought in like an hour, so.
Do it, yo. Freeze! Keep it up, Fred. Will do, meat buddy. Alright, let's turn up the volume, yo.
Masterfully done.
How's that?
Let's keep it going.
Holy light!
Oh, holy light!
Alright, bring it. Freeze!
Oops.
Face eraser.
Thanks for the assist.
Oh, so that's a.
Better already.
Yeah. Okay. I have to get used to that move.
Oh, holy light! Oh.
Gotcha. Let's turn up the volume, yo.
I've never changed the game. They'll also change the puzzle so they're easier or harder. Honestly, that would be pretty interesting. Would I like it? I think they would have to be pretty upfront with you about it, because I didn't really like. They would have to add that option in, kind of like pretty forefront,
Are you ready for this?
Just doing my job.
because there's no real way to like interact with your team, and it's like build there, so there's no real like main menu access. So if they locked you into the difficulty that you like entered the thing in, that would be kind of annoying.
Gotcha.
Oh, nice. So AoE moves
I can keep going. Yes.
are damn good.
Nice one, Rin, dude. Let me go.
Oh, God. Yeah, like the bombs will be really good against those guys, because you can't target them once they're invisible. Banana! I love Banana Man. Not Banana Man, but just bananas. Like, they're delicious.
Just doing my job.
We're on a roll.
You had to dig deep on your phone, but you found the ball. Oh, the demon one. I'm interested.
I suppose.
Color me interested about this level of depravity that I previously did not know of. Detonate!
Bye-bye. You're done for. That. Keep your eyes on me.
Let's turn up the volume, yo.
Let's keep it going.
You nailed it.
Masterfully done.
Alright, bring it.
Oh, holy light!
Yo.
Exquisite timing. Bye-bye.
Gotcha. Leave it to me, yo.
We're on a roll.
Title, would you date your persona? Choices, yes, no, Alice is best persona. Mara's all the man I need. Pixie's got a great booty. Arsene's voice is arousing. Honestly, not as cursed as it possibly could be. So you know what? That's fine. Because I won't deny Arsene's voice is arousing. It's a good voice. I feel like the Pixie one, it's interesting. It is a bold claim. Mara, obviously correct. Also has a ride, as we've discussed. Like he can take you on a nice long beachside drive, really romantic, as we all know Mara would be. And then they only comment in the picture is self-cessed is wincest. I mean, basically, right? 'Cause that's what that's what like the personas are. I would say other than the ones that Joker puts on for the most part, or the main character. Like the one that you naturally make is the personification of like your inner desires.
Let's keep it going.
So yeah, it is a kind of self-cess. But yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm so lost now, which is like you for the best. I mean, we can get you on Lost. It's fine. We'll get you into the SMT verse. Oh god.
It's over. It's over.
Nice work.
Teddy wants to be a rocket. Let's see
Are
who's
you
gonna do
ready
this.
for this? Yeah! Freeze! Bye-bye!
Time to use my true power.
What you been waiting for?
Oh, holy light!
Oh, holy light!
Masterfully
Oh, holy light! Oh, holy light! Oh, holy light! This is going to hurt like a bitch.
Looking good, brother. Time for a beatdown. Who's up first? Freeze! Keep it up, Fred.
Will do, big buddy!
Oh, holy light!
How's that?
SMT, first we were talking about Persona games, more or less, huh? So, SMT and Persona are basically, I don't want to say the same, but they are very similar in that basically Persona is Shin Megami Tensei Persona. They're both made by Atlas. They have the same kind of battle system. They use the same kinds of demons, although different games will have different demons in them. They'll kind of swap them out, make new ones, or use new ones because they don't really fake new ones. The only like original ones they kind of use are like the Persona like special ones, and even those are based off of like some historical figure usually or some other thing.
Another one bites the dust.
But SMT and Persona follow certain
It is an honor to be recognized.
have certain common things because they're basically derived from the same base line series. SMT, the main line, Persona, a spin-off. There are other spin-off ones like Devil Summoner and Devil Survivor, which is my personal favorite. I really like Devil Survivor. Yeah, sure. Oh, that's cute. Persona demons tend to be more vetted if they don't allow as many dicks. But Mara is, in fact, in Persona. So, you know, it's fine. And I think Incubus is in Persona, so I mean, that's one. But yeah, Persona is generally a more toned down in terms of themes and stuff. Thing. Also, SMT is more about like order versus chaos, whereas Persona, the theme will generally change between. Generally, it's more about like self-acceptance, I guess, and finding your place in the world. But yeah, you can't really assume. Anything can be under that crotch spike. You can't assume. I mean, I feel like you can. Anything could be under it, but I mean, I feel like the assumption is that it's a chastity spike. Yo, it's that sleazeball. You mean Kubo? Yeah, I can't say I was hoping to bump into him, but since he's here, there's something I want to ask him. Hey, yo, Gramps! well, if it ain't the Wicked Twisters. You spying on us again? Must be sweet having such an easy gig. Must be even sweeter running your mouth against somebody who ain't allowed to fight back. Just know that if they let me have a go, yous wouldn't last a second. I'll just give myself a free 300 XP from this conversation. Except my whooper face, please. Save it, Gramps. I want to ask you about something else. You're a Shinjuku Reaper, right? Maybe I am. What's it got ya? What's it to you? Got a bone to pick? More like a pin. What the hell is this thing? Looks like a player pin to me. Likely story, but I ain't buying it. What you get out of bringing living people here to play your bogus game? Good question. It would appear you called his bluff. Should have figured an ex-player like you would notice something was up. But unfortunately, the finer details are above my pay grade. You expect us to believe that? Easy there, kid. Don't shoot the delivery guy. So the brass ain't telling you nothing, huh? No, but I got my suspicions. Can you tell us what they are, though? You see, a hothead like Sheba's gonna get bored if all the players are pipsqueaks. So he's got the Ruin Bringers? But one tough team does not an interesting game make. And that's to say nothing of the fact we ain't even seen their leader in action yet. So instead of sitting around waiting for stronger players to show up, why not scatter some special pins around the RG and shorten the wait?
I see.
In other words, your previous lecture about maximizing the productivity was essentially a pretense. Sorry about it. What is it that makes these pins so special? Well, in layman's terms, it takes the psychic powers you all possess and uses them to transfer your existence from one plane to another. Did anyone else get that? In other words, they send people with powers from the RG to the UG. And here yous are. So you're saying we're hot stuff, huh? Compared to talentless hacks? Maybe. Well, I only know how strong yous really are if yous manage to leave your mark on this game. But we've been completely erased from the RG. Even if we win the game, is there any way to go back? I'm sure Sheba could swing that for yous. He ain't your run-of-the-mill Reaper after all. Meaning? Ha! Like you'd be able to understand even if I told yous. Bold of you to assume we understood anything else you said. My advice? Don't go sticking your nose where they don't belong and let the GM do what he does best. All you kids gotta worry about is getting results. And with that, I'm out of here. Oh god, that voice. Ugh. Yet another kind soul offering little advice aside from keep playing the game. If only it wasn't completely rigged against us. She must be a real sadist to get off on seeing us struggle like this. Won't be surprised. The Reaper's pretty sick, yo. Guess he really is looking for a team stronger than the Ruin Bringers.
I see.
He's doubtless grown tired of their dominance by now. Otherwise, I fail to see why he would enact such desperate measures to find new recruits. You mean he really wants the Ruin Bringers to lose? Sure don't look like he wants them to win. Perhaps, then, he wants to see strong psych wielders experience the disgrace of defeat.
Really?
Dang, he's like some kind of sadist. That's what I just said. Then I suppose the discussion has come full circle. He's right, though. Them Reapers are pretty sick. Wait, we're circling back again. Let's just get on with the mission, shall we? Make sure we're nice and ready for the final day. Okay.
Let's move.
Yeah, let's move. Let's do it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude, just breakdance in the middle of the road. This is how real kids do it, right? And doing it by floating on psychic music energy. Oh yeah, the sound of delicious, delicious banana chips. Oh yeah, that's some good shit right there.
That's some good shit right there.
Yummy. Okay, I think that's enough for right now. will say I'm happy with this because last stream it was rather quiet, which was nice in its own way. Where it's just like, okay, I have like a nice quiet stream where I get to kind of I don't want to say spread my wings, but like do the nice streamer things of like practicing how to talk to yourself and keep yourself entertained and stuff going. But this time, chat's super active and it's really nice. So apparently they super nerfed Daisojo. See, I forget that one. I forget that one. Is that a move or a demon? Because is that one of those like 4 divas? It's a skeleton monk. Oh, it's the one with like the not top hat, but like the long like tube kind of hat deal looking thing. Gold robes, I think, or yellow robes. This is the place. I sense something nearby. Oh, it's a T-Rex! Bet that's our target. Bring it on, we're taking you down. Those points are gonna be all ours. Ah, oh, crap, I forgot to take off my pins. And switch them out to better ones. Shit. Oh well. Just gonna have to deal. Oh wait, actually no, I didn't need to because most of them evolved, I think. Or, no, 2 of them evolved. And,
Humble contribution.
Perfecto. Yes, got it. Nice one, Rindu. And come on, hang in there. It's over. It's over. Yeah. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Booyah! Time to get wild.
Just not too wild.
he just gets outclassed. I mean, sure, he's DLC, but it's sad. Is there like a specific order that you're meant to like go in the DLC with? Maybe you just got to it a bit late, or did you get to it in like the intended order and it's still just rather? Oh wow, that was. Yeah, that demon. I wasn't even looking at the boss's health. I was like, oh, I want to get an ice groove. And I killed it before I could even get it to work like that. Well,
I expected nothing less.
yeah, basically you have to fight them in order because one gives you the key to the next. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I guess maybe they. I mean, isn't in Nocturne, isn't Matador like the first big roadblock in that game? Like, it's not necessarily the first boss, but it's the first one that like is a real like bitch and a half. So maybe they wanted to imitate that by being like, hey, here's Matador, have fun trying to do this, and then after that do that. Matador is a boss to teach you that you need to use buffs and debuffs. Okay, yeah, like that's in every good JRPG where it's like okay, we have to put a boss in, or like a situation in where you need to learn how to use mechanics. That way you're not just like only using like basic things. Right? It's like we don't want you to treat like this we don't want you to treat this like Pokemon where you can only have attack moves. Sergio can just soft lock you since it can heal its MP, has no weaknesses. Ah, okay. So it's one where basically you need to be able to do enough DPS to essentially go over its healing abilities.
That should have earned us a ton of points, yo.
Yeah, plus we kept ahead of the other teams in the mission.
Albeit with outside assistance. Lady Kanan's doing, I presume. Oh. So you finally decided to do whatever it takes?
Sup, Choki?
Maybe you're more wicked than I thought.
You again.
Dude, Rindo is not happy with Shoki.
Oh, don't look too happy to see me. So, spill the tea. What did I miss?
That's the motherfucking tea. That is a callback to a time.
Why should we tell you?
Eesh, I was just asking.
Just another day at the old grind, really. Doing what we can to make it home.
Really? And you think buddying up with the Shibuya crew will help? You seem quite concerned by our connection with them.
Buddy, that's cringe. Stop doing the cringe thing. No, I live in the cringe. I'm a JRPG streamer. Of course I live in the cringe. Hey, you put a little... Yeah. Or adjusting the glasses kind of deal. Well, excuse me. Unfortunately, I don't have glasses anymore. Does that mean I am cringe too? Well, that was a nice stream, you guys. I'll talk to you guys later, and, Nah, it's fine. You're the one that isn't cringe, Fontano. There's always one. There's always one of them cool kids, right? One that isn't cringe. Nah, it's fine. We're not really cringe. Everyone else is cringe. They just don't get us. Alright? I mean, hey, at least you don't have a fucking waifu list. Or best girl list underneath your stream. I'm going oodles and boodles of levels of cringe. I also said oodles and boodles. So that's its own issue.
Hey, I'm just looking out for you guys.
Wouldn't want them giving you any big ideas.
Why? So you can brainwash us instead? You know, the last game already left a bad taste in my mouth. But you Shinjuku Reapers really make me sick, yo.
Oh, you're making me blush.
You're making me blush.
Here we go.
That you know of.
The
Ooh,
Wicked
true.
Twisters wipe the floor with today's target. But the top spot
Fuck.
belongs to the Ruin Bringers.
Same shit, different day.
Here's hoping for something new tomorrow.
For once, I concur.
This game really gets you down, though. No matter how hard you try, it's never enough.
Right? Might as well just give up.
Aren't you supposed to tell us to keep playing?
Maybe. But you don't stand a chance at getting home either way. But I have so much to live for! So many games to play!
You know what? She gets it.
Oh, cry me a river.
So much anime to watch. So much manga to read. Need a way to vent 53,000 a boop is a small price to play. Screw, I wish I wasn't cringe. You know, I will try and think of channel point things. I might also modify the rate at which points are earned to allow it. Dude, you should just be highlighting every one of your messages. Alright? I think I'll add one for like, use this amount of points, and the highlighted line I'll say in a stupid ass voice. That'd be funny.
Can you tell us what Shiba wants with us already? Is he just waiting to erase everyone but the Ruin Bringers?
Beats me.
Figures. That kind of info's probably above your pay grade.
That
Oh.
was rather vicious.
Oh. Oh, Rindo coming in with the savagery.
Think he got that one from Kubo.
He did.
Ooh, the fangs are finally coming out. You're not gonna stop there, are you?
Ooh, Shoki calling it. Rindo, are you a savage by trade or by nature? Can you keep it going, or do you have to train?
It's about time you sink your teeth into this game.
Fuck.
You either play hard, or you go home. Oops, forgot that last one's off the table.
I agree with Neko Dave, because he was like, yeah, I really like Shoki's hoodie, or her outfit. It's good. That hoodie is awesome. I like that hoodie. Because, like, it's so open. I'm willing to believe it's not even like a hoodie. It's probably like a slanket. Like a sleeved hooded blanket that she just, like, wore. And it has a belt around her as though it were a hoodie. Give me that power and you'll be saying everything in the nicest voice for a week straight. Hey yo, hey yo, it's the Lansing guy. Hey yo, you coming over here to my country? I'm gonna lance you from 5 tiles away. Boom, crit shot. You done, son? Hey yo, my name is Anace. Hey yo, pepperoni pizza. Am I right? Hey.
Later, losers.
I like how it's default to
Didn't
Inez's
really inspire
voice.
much confidence, did she?
It's Inez's voice and not bad New York. Hey yo!
Still think we can pull this thing off?
I don't know.
Hey, did you ever get a hold of your friend Swallow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. We talked.
Took you long enough. So what'd they say? Are they here playing the game with us?
Yeah. No clue who they are, though. Except that they're not one of us.
I mean, I could have told you that.
The thing is, if we do escape this week, we're gone.
Which means Swallow's on their own next week, and you're worried they might not make it.
They've always been there for me. So I really want to be there for them too, you know?
I mean, why not just send him a good luck text or something? I know it sucks, but what else can you do? Anyway, we'll figure it out tomorrow.
Who wants to bet that Swallow is on the Ruin Bringers?
Yeah, I hope so.
Friendship points! We're on friendship.
You.
Shoka, dear. What's going on, Ayano? Tell me, how did you pass the time today?
Huh?
What's that supposed to mean? I was merely concerned you may have been up to something dangerous. Nope. Can you look me in the eye and say that? Isn't once enough? Although I did get some exciting news. And what might that be? Oh, just that this game might be heating up real soon. Still got a few things I gotta look into, though. I'll keep you posted. I see. Well, don't do anything I wouldn't do. I won't. You worry too much. Later. Are they like siblings? What an unpleasant surprise. Come to ingratiate us again with your ill-gotten intel? Ooh. Noise Revney. Inverse. Oh. I wonder if that's supposed to be like inverse noise. Ooh, my toy.
Guys? He's not moving.
Toy dead.
Hey, come on, brother. Stay with us, yo.
Stay with us.
Huh? Who are they talking about?
Hey,
I
Motoy.
was not prepared for such tragedy today.
Guess you should fear the Reapers.
I wanna be the keeper of the Reaper. That is a callback.
Is that Motoy?
Whoever can name that reference, I'll be happy. More so.
That wasn't a sign of what's to come.
More so if you can introduce what new character is introduced in that specific episode of a show.
You good?
I had another vision.
Vision?
Yeah, of the future. Sometimes they just pop into my head.
Oh, I
I
can see
can't
the
really
future.
explain why, though.
Like a bad dream, but more ominous.
What precisely did you see?
I saw Motoy lying there.
Oh, dang.
Our daily tidings?
Maybe that vision of yours got something to do with today's mission, yo.
Expand your turf and aim for total
Oh,
control,
another
or erase the target and aim for the top.
God damn it.
Today's target is...
No way.
How could they?
This cannot be!
Shoka.
I have to target Shoga. Oh,
Like
no.
our Shoka?
Hour?
I assumed Reapers were exempt from being made targets.
Me too, boss.
I don't believe I was speaking to you.
That is the least excited time she has ever said this.
Of course you weren't.
Why would they do this?
Think it's because of all that stuff Kitty Girl said yesterday?
Perhaps her remarks won the Game Master's ire.
Certainly didn't get on our good side.
I worry our chances of besting a Reaper in combat are rather slim, and knowing this particular Reaper,
There's no way she'll go down without a fight.
That's even better, yo. Don't know about y'all, but I am pumped.
That makes one of us.
Aight, let's bounce, team.
Let's go beat the shit out of a Reaper.
I know Shoka's a Reaper, but how tough is she? If that was her I saw in my vision, then she's at least tough enough to take down Motoy.
But we don't even know how strong Motoy is.
If I can figure out when and where they face off, maybe I can stop them from fighting. It's Motoy!
Hey, Rindo, très magnifique performance yesterday. Happy I was able to be of assistencia.
Wait, that was him?
That was you? Oh my god, thank you so much.
De nada, senor. Did you hear about the special bonus for taking out today's target? Personally, I think it sounds too good to be true.
Like a trap.
You might be right. Stay safe.
Macerto. Do my best to keep you helping you guys. Keep in touch and stay out of trouble, mi amigo.
If you want your wet clothes to dry, hang them where water's in short supply.
Will do. Good luck, Motoy.
He's got a point. No telling what'll happen today. Better keep my wits about me.
Okay. So we're starting from Center Street today, huh? And so it begins.
Now then.
Sup, players? You're never gonna believe this, but you get to duke it out in another Scramble Slam today. This guy again.
Right.
We're gonna have some blistering battles, let me tell ya. Why? Because the Booyah's been split into a measly 3 areas this time around. Sitting tight and waiting for the storm to blow over ain't gonna cut it. You've gotta go all out offense if you want to win today. And try not to forget about the juicy target, kids. Keep it real and I'll see you on the other side. A mere 3 areas. Better get a move on or we're gonna be erased. Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. One of those areas must also be home to today's target. Well, we're gonna have much time to look for Shoki. Whilst that is true, I cannot recall asking for your input. Just leave the fun to me, yo. That way I can leave the thinking to y'all. Sounds good. You know, Pete, when you smile, it feels like everything's gonna be just fine. Okay, so this one's like pretty darn short. Yeah, there we go. Remember those hints we got yesterday? Yeah, that was Matoy. He was trying to help us. No kidding. Maybe he's not so bad after all. Okay, so I actually wanted to check back. Yeah, so there are 51 tracks in this game. And I haven't even heard them all. Or if I've heard them, I haven't been able to purchase them. Like, the amount of music in this OST, or the amount of really good music in this OST, is jaw-dropping. Like, it is absolutely bonkers. But yeah, let's check this. So we got all of that, so that's good. I'm gonna have to check that. Yeah, noise revenue inverse. Oh, inversion. Okay, that's it. Got it. But let's save. There we go. And before I sign off, the thing I was referring to when I said Keeper of the Reaper, there is old Cartoon Network show, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. There is specifically an episode where Billy and Mandy go to court to try and convince the judge and jury that each one of them should be the Keeper of the Grim Reaper. And there's a musical number of I Wanna Be the Keeper of the Reaper. And that episode is the first episode, the introduction episode of a character named Fred Fredberger, who is he's a character. He is a character. Interesting, yes. You see, my brain is one of those odd brains where I will remember shows from my childhood that I've seen several times and just randomly think of them. And it'll happen and I'll just be like, oh yeah, and there was this episode where, like, all these things happened. And that's just the way it works. You're gonna mess with the natural order! Basically. Isn't that the bird? Like, isn't there, like, a bird that screams that, "You've messed with the natural order!" Like, something like that. And there's cool old man Dracula. Yeah, the fancy bird when they get Mandy to smile. Yeah. Oh yeah, because that's the episode where she is doing like the musical number from Over the Rainbow where bluebirds cry, and there's the judges. There's I think Dracula's one of the judges. Then there's Scurvy Mouth or Scurvy Beard, whose gums were replaced with pickles because he didn't have enough vitamin C.
And then when she smiles, the universe breaks. I know of Bam is Billy has a Spire son. Yeah, Billy has a Spire son named... Oh, what is his name? Is it Kyle? But... Yeah, Kyle, I believe, marries the Spider Queen, I think. I think he does. Because in, like, the hour-long movie special, or one of the movie specials, it's revealed that before Grim became the Grim Reaper, the Spider Queen was also applying to be the Grim Reaper, but he got it instead. And I think she was jealous. Jeff, it was Jeff, yeah. And Jeff is one of the witnesses in the Wanna Be the Keeper of the Reaper episode where they're like, hey, is he a good, like, Reaper? And he's like, well... He's a fine dad. He's like he helped give birth to me. But you know he always he always wishes death upon me and pokes me with a long stick. and it's just like, die, you stupid bug! Why are you so mean to me, Dad? I'll be anything you want me to be. I want you to be dead. Oh God, yeah. But yeah, this is how my brain works, where if it's a show that I watched, boy howdy could I probably just go off for like an hour talking about various episodes. Like earlier in the stream, I know I said Forlorn Friendship, and that was a reference to a Grim Adventure of Billy and Mandy episode where Billy had where he had action figures that everyone called dolls that were like in a group, and their call sign that they did was like, yeah, and there was Forlorn Friendship. Oh, is it full on friendship? I always thought it was forlorn friendship. Well, my mishearing carried forward, so full on friendship. But it was that, and there was one of them was like it was like a pink dinosaur thing that gets like chewed to hell by like one of like the dumb neighbor kids. And like it's oh my God, and they have to go through like the yard, and like a squirrel, like the dino bonoids. Yeah, like I think a squirrel like eats one of them and then gets like sucked by the other child. Yeah, that's me, a Star Wars The Clone Wars. Yeah, dude, that. See, that was a show that I watched some episodes of, but I didn't get super into it. My one of the mods, Voltarius or Rias, I forget which one he's on Twitch. He's big into Star Wars, and he really likes it. But the episode of Star Wars: The Clone Wars that I remember the most, and I really like this about Clone Wars, is like they would have episodes that had no Jedi in it, and it was the one where it was like it was like on a far moon base, and like. It was only like 7 of them, and like the droids were attacking, and like a few of them got taken out, and they had to blow up the station, and only like 3 of them made it out. And I just remember that, like, I was like, damn, like people die in this show. And it's like, oh crap, like that's cool. But yeah, like, childhood shows, man, I could just go on for a while. The Human Dinoids group is named Professor Gaylord. He has a shirt that says love on it. Yeah, man. Dude, the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy had so little shits to give. It was great. Oh God, yeah, that show, man. I could probably go for a while on that show. Like how Irwin Cutter and his wife Sue, the Twilight kids. Yeah, I remember that one. I remember that episode where it was just like, hey, I thought you died. And he was like, well, I almost did. But this nice Twilight woman healed me. And now we're married and have a child. Because apparently Twi'leks can breed with humans. Or whatever the clone race is. Mandalorian? Well, actually, no, I don't. Is he? Are they based off of Mandalorians? Because Boba Fett or Jango? No, yeah, it was Boba Fett's DNA, and I can't remember if Boba Fett is a Mandalorian. I think he is. I can't remember. But She's Billy and Mandy. What was I saying? God damn it. Had zero shits to give. Oh no. My brain. There are too many shows in my brain. I can't go back. I was talking about one thing. Oh yeah, Irwin. Mandos are human. Yes. Okay. Well. Okay. So Irwin. I need to type Irwin's name. Irwin, mummy, dad. There we go. Okay. There. So I know like, there are a bunch of human races, right? Like they're human-y looking races, and they're Mandalorians, but not all humans are Mandalorians, right? Like Mandalorians are a specific like subset. Like they're from Mandalore and have like the Mandalorian like bias. Are they like genetically are Mandalorians like different than other humans, or are they all the same and it's literally just planet based or something? And are the clones are of Boba Fett, so if he is a Mandalorian, then they would technically be Mandalorian. But it's interesting to be like, yeah, Twi'leks can just crossbreed. they're that alien race. But yeah, Irwin, mummy, dad, yeah, like Green Adventures of Billy and Mandy gave so zero fucks. They were like, yeah, Irwin's dad is a regular guy, and his mom is actually a mummy, like an ancient Egyptian mummy. And she's been a mummy for a while, and Irwin's dad fell in love with her, and they had Irwin. But Irwin, a mummy, is a dead person. So Irwin's dad performed some acts with the mummy who is dead and then had Irwin? It's really weird. And they even like address how odd it is by saying like having Irwin's dad in that episode where it's revealed that his mom is a mummy. Like literally his mummy is a mummy. Being like, don't think about it. Like don't think about it too hard. Or don't talk about it. We Mandalorians were just human travelers from Coruscant. They're just normal humans that may have been slightly evolved by being on a planet long. Okay. Because I don't think they ever state, like, correct me if I'm wrong in stories, they never say human. Like, they'll always refer to someone by, like, their planet, even if they do physically resemble the human race. Like, there are a whole bunch of humanoid races, but they never call, like, a Coruscant person a human. But they will, like, specify, like, oh, okay, that is a Mandalorian man. Or that is a Coruscantian. Or a Coruscant goer. Or a Croissantin. Or Frenchman. Ugh. Man, I was not expecting to get to this point in the stream and just go off on two different shows at the same time. That's the beauty of Twitch! But I do actually have to call it here because it is almost 10 o'clock and I still need to go take a shower and get ready for bed. So, thank you, Mr. Light. Thank you, Fontano. Thank you, Neko Dave, for dropping by today. The stream was great. Had a fantastic time playing this game, talking with you guys, shooting the shit, and just having fun. So I hope you all have a very nice night, and will join me on Friday when I go live with some more Fate Tactics, because that'll be the next thing I do. It's more important to mention planet before race for human, since the world's culture will have a massive effect on how they act compared to race. Yeah, that does make sense, right? Because there are certain aspects, like a person, like a human born on Coruscant, or I say human, a humanoid born on Coruscant will be different than a humanoid born on Mandalore, or a humanoid born on whatever one Luke is from, the one with the Tusken Raiders. Like it'll all have a massive effect on how they look at the world, basically. But regardless, this is a conversation that maybe we can flow it over into next stream, which, as I said, would be Fae Tactics. We're definitely making good progress through Neo The World Ends With You. Not sure how many more streams I have in it. Stuff to get through this next day and the last day of this week, and then I don't know how much is after that. So, hope you all have a very nice night, and will join me next time. Bye!